And now, straight from the runway, you're tuned into KC to Connect. Who's styling who? Give us any chance, we'll take it. Leave us any room, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way.
What up, world? It's your girl, Casey with Connect. Kalia Clark, who's styling who starts now. Well, Monte Mondays, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned into the Who's Styling Who show. What a weekend. Where do I begin? Shout out to Ice. She's in the building. Ice chilled. No time for small talk. Radio is in the building. Shout out to D Chambers. He actually did a pop-up at the Algorithm Part 2. Now that was a Mamante, having him in the building. Surprise performances. Shout out to the Vander, one of the brands that showed in my fashion showcase. What was the other brand that showed? No New Children. Shout out to, what's his name? Shout out to Gavin, No Children. He gave me a fire piece that I will be showing next Monday for my Halloween show. Are we excited for Halloween? The one time of year where you get to dress up and be slutty and not be judged. Yay. Now, speaking of a weekend full of mamantes, like I said, the algorithm was everything. Shout out to S.STREET Media for having me host. The hostess with the mostest. My girl, Juicy, was in the building. Now, you know when you have a longtime friend in the building, that's kind of cool because now she's kind of seen me develop from the wild and crazy girl that she knows me as to posting. I'm so proud of my girl. And having her walk in my fashion presentation was dope. So if you are a brand and you would like to be a part of anything S.STREET Media and I are doing, follow both of us and get tuned in because S.STREET Media is not a podcast station. They are a media company. So I'm going to get into my guests that I've had because my part 2 of what I did over the weekend, I'll share with Ice because she was part of that. Mamante. Shout out to the one and only Method Man. Now, as the product placement queen, I'm going to give you a gem. Why did Method Man, who never asks me for anything in the world, decided to tell me that he wants an alpha jacket? Me being Kalia Clark, the person that has to make sure that I give him everything that he ever asks me for. What's so crazy is he actually DMs me their Instagram. So I'm like, this is really serious, and I have to make sure I get this man an alpha jacket. Unbeknownst to me, I missed the Alpha original pop-up, which the store is on Green Street, ladies and gentlemen, and they will be there, Alpha Industries, until January 15th. Why do I walk into the Alpha store, downtown Soho? I meet this lovely young lady who introduces me to Toya. Shout out to Toya. She needs a clap, a round of applause, a standing ovation. She is the store manager. She then contacts the bigwigs over at marketing. So shout out to Ari, who approved the product placement hit and the merch for Method Man. 5 jackets? If you don't know about Alpha Industries, they are the original Army jackets, flight jackets with brands Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan. That was like a signature piece that they wore, the black Army jackets that they, I would say they were a 3/4. So big shout out to Alpha Industries. If you don't know about Alpha Industries, follow them. See their amazing array of jackets. And again, thank you for the jackets for Method Man. He wore one this weekend wherever he performed. Thank you, Alexis, from the Instagram Method Man and Red. And I was able to see that, and that was how I knew that he wore the jacket. So big shout out to my girl Alexis. Thank you. Who's Styling Who? Follow, like, comment, share. Who's Styling Who? Thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm almost there. I'm at, I think, 948. The goal is 1,000 subscribers. My next 50 subscribers, for 52, I will all be giving gifts. We're going to gift our way. I'm bribing you guys all the way to my 1,000 subscribers. So if you are subscribing, follow me too on Instagram, Kalia Clark, and let me know, or leave a comment under my YouTube channel. You can see episodes of Who's Styling Who on S.STREET Media. So subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. Welcome, my guest of the evening. Hello.
How you doing?
Welcome to the Who's Styling Who show. I met this beautiful talent, I would say beautiful human being, at a Daniel's Leather fashion show during Fashion Week in February. I approached because I loved the brand, and I really had to sit down and get into it and know. Can I know the name of the brand and where you're hailing from?
Living Life Apparel. It's from Brooklyn, New York.
I knew that. I just wanted the people to know that. Living Life. Why is that the name of the brand? Tell me the inspiration.
So basically, I used to do security, and I was a bouncer as well. I had experienced sexual harassment in that workplace, and then I started doing construction, went through sexual harassment again. So I met this guy named Keith, he's a good friend to this day. Every time on lunch, we used to sit down and just talk about, like, life, like just past life, future life, like just life. And like, the conversation is like, it motivated me. It made me like decide, like, realize that I'm not supposed to be working for nobody. Like, it's a pattern that keep happening, and it's happening for a reason. So I just decided to start my brand. I used the money that I had got from there to start my brand and invest in myself. And
What year was that?
this was 2016 and 2017.
Well, what I like about your brand is that you have a full brand. It's unisex. It's not only male pieces. You bought some pieces here tonight. Dun, 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 dun. I'll be Vanna Black today. I'm putting on this one. Here at the Who's Styling Who show, we do outfit changing.
Skirt.
Cute. Ooh, this is sweet. So, give me inspiration. Camel on suede. Does this collection have a name?
So honestly, if we're gonna be honest, it doesn't. So, like we talked about earlier, I did Brooklyn Fashion Week for the first time with Rick Davey.
Okay, is this a new piece from?
Yes, this was one of the pieces that was in the show. So I actually forgot that I told him I was gonna do Brooklyn Fashion Week. So by the time he started reaching to me about the show, I had to figure out like what I was gonna do and make in a reasonable time before the show. So I just literally just sat in my living room, had me a glass of wine, and just started coming up with random stuff. Like, whether I was coming from something I had a conversation with somebody, or something that I seen something, watching a movie or a documentary, and I just put a whole bunch of stuff together to put down the runway.
Well, brown is trending this season. Is this your spring or fall? Fall collection? Okay. I like this. What is this retail value as?
$350.
$350. I love it. If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. No, I'm joking. So this came with a skirt, but this is two different pieces from two different parts of the collection. Yes. Can I see the skirt, please? Cute. So what was this paired with in the fashion show?
So that was paired with that, actually.
Oh, let me see that. I want. Uh-oh. Talk to me. Yeah. I have the perfect thigh-high patent leather boots that this must be shown with.
Get you one of
Love.
those.
Love. How much does this retail for?
150.
Nice. 150. Now, what I really like about this is you can wear this with jeans. You can wear this with a skirt. Did this come? So you paired this two together?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is what this one like. Okay. And then what did these? What did the jacket come with? Did you put it?
The jacket was a man jacket, and they was paired with like flared leg pants. With the,
part of the collection.
so
Did it
was a
have
suede.
camo?
It was camo, just like the top, and it had suede on the side.
Okay. What was the retail? What's retailing for that?
200.
Nice. What is your website? Do you have a website?
Yes.
Okay, give them your website.
www.livinglifeapparel.com. That's LIVINGLIFEAPPAREL.com.
Where was Brooklyn Fashion Week this year?
Of the Pfizer building, 630 Flushing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All the shows was there the whole week.
You want to shout out the guy behind Brooklyn Fashion
Yes,
Week?
definitely. Shout out Rick Davey. You gave me a great experience.
Now, you've done a couple of fashion shows now. What is your experience in fashion shows?
It's different every time. So I'm still learning. And I just try to be as much fashion shows or showcases as possible. So that I can know like what's right, what's wrong, what to do, how to make my brand better and stuff like that. So my take is really nothing starts on time. That's not good. Nothing starts on time. What goes on behind scenes, the people will never know once they come out. I used to think things would be perfect behind scenes. And I learned something totally different. But when the models and everybody come out and they do what they do, it doesn't even show what went on behind stage, and I love it.
That's what I love. It's so crazy that a fashion show is 15 minutes and it could be a whole year of prepping or a half a year of prepping. If you are looking to do a fashion show, people who watch the Who Styling Who show, new brands, because what I love to do about inviting brands every week is each week, guys, I want you to see the different designers that come up, the different brands. Every person that's been on the Who Styling Who show has never had the same story if you guys are really paying attention and watching. It's all about growth and just looking at your pieces. You already have, branched out. It's not just ready to wear. Talk to me about this bag.
So this is my crossbody bag.
Yes. I'm Vanna Black.
I've realized, like, being in the fashion shows and stuff, like, I order a lot of accessories to go with my products, like, to make it, to make the models look better when they go down the runway. So I decided to start working on my own accessories, and that and a duffel bag was one of my first two accessories I decided to go with. And I wanted to make sure it was good quality, so that I could... It's
really good quality. I'm eager to hear the price on this.
$350.
Yes, $350. I'm about to play that straight in box. If you don't see me here next week, I hit it big. Talk to me about this box and what's inside. I think the girl has her own footwear, I think.
Yeah, I got some on my feet too right now.
Ooh, talk to me. Who's styling who's shoe cam? So you have a thing for Prince, I see.
Yeah.
Green leopard. Well, green leopard with a cross of a zebra print. Is the zebra or pony? Which one?
Zebra.
What do these retail for?
$279.
$279. Are we writing these numbers down, ladies and gentlemen? We got $279 and $350. The magic numbers of the evening. If you could have anyone in the brand, who would it be?
If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say all upcoming artists.
Really? That's a first. Normally we have Fabulous and Rihanna. So tonight we have all upcoming artists. If you're an artist, give them your social media so where they can find this dope brand, Living
Life Apparel. You could type it in on Google. I'm on literally every platform from TikTok, Yelp, Google. I'm everywhere. That's LIVING LIFEAPPAREL.
From your first collection to now, what do you see the difference in your collections?
I see that I push myself more every time. Sometimes when I walk in the room knowing that this is like, my first year really doing fashion shows and putting myself out there, I sometimes compare myself to people, so I don't like that. So I just kind of push myself more and more every time. So I feel like, people been sewing and doing stuff longer than me, so like I kind of feel like, well, I wouldn't say equal, but like more experience, should I say?
You're cut and sew. What advice do you give brands that are starting out?
To be honest, you gotta have money for this. I'm gonna be honest. This is not one of the jobs you can have without spending money to make money. Like, this is not something you're gonna just make money without having to spend a lot of money. Fashion is very expensive, from fabric to finding seamstress, because you can't sew everything yourself, especially when your brand start to grow. So I definitely say, like, try to find investors or save your money, but this is really expensive. It's really, really expensive. I went broke a couple times for my brand.
When you started off, do you say, what was your breakout year?
If you're gonna be honest, I started in 2016 September, and I stopped my brand January 2017.
Due to finances, probably.
Yes, due to finances, me thinking I'm popular, that my brand is just gonna shoot through the roof, and I did a lot of things and it fell back in my face. I relaunched my brand April 1st, 2019. I also then resigned from the jobs like we spoke about earlier, and I've been working for myself ever since.
Do you think, do you put yourself in a box because you design women's apparel and men's apparel, right? When you vision for a woman, is it what you would want to see a woman in?
Yes.
How you would dress a woman?
Yeah, how I would dress a woman. Yeah. And I feel like nowadays, like, everybody's on the internet half naked, and I feel like you still could be beautiful with clothes on. So I try to make clothes, when women put that on, they still feel beautiful, just as if they was half naked on the internet.
Segue into follow Kalia, who's half naked lately on social media. Sundays I'm giving booty, and anytime you see me on a visit at Blanca Azora Spa, I have to show my booty. Services rendered. Feel free to design me any pieces
Got you. Don't worry.
in my viral moments of sexiness.
I got you.
Would you say, being African American, are you mixed? First of all, what's your nationality?
African.
Okay, I'm just saying, you don't want to give
Yeah.
a whole nother race out here. Being an African American designer, where we say Black designers,
Right.
Do you want to be categorized, or do you?
Because I feel like I got so much more to give. Like, I've just started and I'm doing a lot, and I just know that I have so much more to give. So I want to touch in every category.
Do you lend out your pieces to stylists for photo
Sometimes,
shoot?
yeah.
Have you had any horror stories with lending out pieces?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet, thank
Because
God.
this is some quality stuff. I like. Where do you see yourself next? Like, what's coming up? Do you have any more shows?
So to be honest, the Brooklyn Fashion Week was my last show for the year. I'm gonna kind of start focusing more on my brand. Like, I was just really more focused on fashion shows. Like, that was more of like advertising for me. So I just look at that like I need to focus more on living life apparel, like not the fashion show part of.
So the couture pieces,
yeah,
are you gonna do a ready to wear? Because this would be considered ready to wear.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like start working on more stuff, like, because like I run into people and they be like, oh, you don't have when do you have this or when do you have that, and it's like I'm doing fashion show after fashion show after fashion show. I'm not really able to focus on my brand and my sales and giving the people what they want. They see what they like, but it's hard for me to give them what they want. So I just need to focus on that part. So I'm gonna take a break into New York Fashion Week next year.
So do you have any tees just with your logo?
Yeah,
or
I have
name?
tees. Yeah, I have little small
What's the
tees.
price point on your tees?
$25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking to follow, or are you always looking for any brand ambassadors? Because
Yes,
you said
of
you're
course,
looking.
yes,
Okay, so what are the credentials? What are you looking for?
somebody that's outgoing, open-minded. They got a good head on their shoulders. I really don't care about the followers. I care about the insight. If y'all don't really know what that means with insight, I care about how many people is interacting with you. You can have 1,000 followers and all 1,000 of your people is interacting with you. You can have 10 million followers and only 500 people is interacting with you. I'm gonna go with that person with 1,000 followers and all 1,000 of those people are interacting with them. So as long as you got a good insight, we could talk things out.
Have any celebrities wore the brand so far?
I've had actor Dennis L. White. I'm not know if
What show was he from?
he played in the Biggie movie. He
Oh,
also
right.
plays in what is it? Family Matters, I believe it is.
Okay.
He plays in a couple things, and he has a lot of my pieces. He wore a lot of my pieces in movies on like Amazon and stuff like that.
Nice. One time for the placement. Canada Dry. Well, you know, I specialize in product placement. Stylist, if you were looking for a dope brand. Living Life Apparel, correct?
Yes.
Living Life Apparel, hailing from the BK. And I say the BK is because I am so scorned from Brooklyn. If you follow the show, you know Brooklyn has not been good to me outside of me doing my show in Brooklyn. That is the only positive thing that has come out of Brooklyn. I've met some really dope people, but I've met some scavengers. What part of Brooklyn are you from?
Oh, I knew that was coming. Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Oh. No judging. No judging.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, let me just focus and get right. Having a Momante thought.
I'm different.
What makes you so different, Brownsville? Let's talk about it. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm not a fan of Brownsville myself, but
Just live there.
I love where I come from because it made me me. Like seeing what I seen, going through what I went through. I'm able to be here, you know, and be this person that I am today. I made a lot of bad choices in Brownsville, and
Really?
I'm happy.
You look quiet. It's the smile. Watch, beware, remember. Smiles. Look at the signs. The hidden smiles, the dimples, a successful brand. When do you get crazy? What sign are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. He's a Virgo. Mathematics has 2 Virgos. Does it matter the month of a Virgo? What month are you?
September. Nice.
What day? Let's get cool. You may have a birthday twin.
I'm the 4th. Okay, nice.
2 weeks matter in Virgo land. You got to read this book right there. It's going to tell you your sign. What's the name of that book? I'll be trying to promote that. Oh, there's this book over there about signs. So good. You got to read your Virgo sign before you go. Okay. Virgo from Brownsville. I'm going to stay with the Virgo part, not judging the Brownsville.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay. Do you trials and tribulations of a brand? Your highs and lows have just been the financial part of getting it. What's your highs though? Because you're out here. To do fashion shows. You have to have a line. What struck me was you came out in a full presentation of a line. I said, "Oh wow, okay." And each piece just got stronger and stronger and stronger. So I'm like. And I don't really walk up to people much. So I'm like, hi, I'm Kalia Clark, who's styling who? You're like,
I didn't do that. No.
Let's talk about it, people. Yes.
No.
Yes. Now I understand. It's the Brownsville.
No.
They're very skeptical of those people just running on top of. No, I'm joking. It was so hot in there. So I'm sure that you were definitely just like, get out of my face. But the presentation was dope. I loved everything that you showed. Did you have sneakers at that time?
I started doing sneakers probably like a couple weeks after that.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I didn't recall seeing that. But you did have.
That show you came to the second one I did. That was I did furkinis and lingerie.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the furkinis and lingerie.
I need a furkini.
I got
okay.
you. I got you.
I'm actually doing a shoot this weekend. Shout out to the real Big O. Follow her on social media. Dope artist BX Stand Up. We will be shooting this Saturday, Eagle Eye Media. So stay tuned for that. Well, I want to thank you for coming up. But is there anything I didn't talk about that you want the world to know about the brand?
One thing about the brand that nobody really know, every collection that I drop has a special meaning.
Let's talk about it. You've done
so
4 collections. Give me some meanings behind the first.
So like I name my different collections. Like I have a beloved collection, I have a living collection, like I have a misunderstood human club collection. So my beloved collection stands for being extremely loved, overcomes vast excitement to devalue oneself. Which means like, you know, if you love yourself enough, like no matter what nobody else say, like you're never gonna you're never gonna disrespect yourself because you have enough love and loyalty and respect to yourself to keep yourself on a certain pedestal to keep going no matter what.
What colors was that collection?
So it's the main colors in it's like red, black, and gray.
I love red. I could felt that. Like I just wanted to be like, well, what was the colors? Now go to your second.
So I have living, which is lifestyles indicate various insinuations of never ending. Dang, I always forget it. Never ending.
We'll come back to
yes,
that.
we're gonna come back to that. What is it? Jesus.
Third. Well, it's because you know what? When you're naming collections, right, and it means such powerful things, most of the times at that moment, if you're not in that still space,
Right.
sometimes it's not going to be fresh. Right now, we're coming off of what's this last collection called, inspired by this?
This one right here. So I actually didn't name it. Like I literally just grabbed a whole bunch of ideas from like stuff in my book that was easy for me to make. Because
When you say book, did you write a book? Or
oh no, so like my drawing book, my sketching.
Oh, so
yeah.
talk about being a real designer that sketches, because a lot of people don't know how to sketch.
I mean, I'm not good at sketching.
Oh, okay,
but
so you do
yeah. So we if we're gonna be honest, but I do draw my stuff out before I actually
you get your patterns.
Yeah, I get
stuff
my
like
yes,
that. Okay.
yes. Or I'll get a pattern that's similar and get a piece of paper and just alter it a little bit to what I want it to be.
Have you shown outside of New York yet?
No, but I plan to next year.
Okay, well, this is a shameless plug. Summer Sizzle BVI. That is in the British Virgin Islands. I show in July.
Nice.
Invitation to show. Runway stage.
Okay.
Go to Summer Sizzle BVI and check them out. Hi, shout out to Terry Donovan and all the dope designers that show. And to my kids, I do the kids section, but I do a preteen, and those are the models that are still dope models, tall enough, but just don't meet that cuff space of being in the adult. So I want to give this year them those strong models that are stuck in between sizes, you know what I'm saying, or a height like an inch short. You know what I'm saying? To be in the adults. So I'm looking for brands. Or you never know, you can also show in the adult section. Summer Sizzle BVI, Who Style and Who presents. So shout out to them. I really enjoyed having you. I really enjoy what you're doing. I love the textures of your clothes. I love the presentation in the fashion shows. That's what really struck me. You didn't look... It's good to see on a fashion show someone that actually gets their garments made. You know what I'm saying? Cut is sew is very big in a real brand when you're having a couture brand. So I think people don't really know the difference sometimes. So when you do these fashion shows, I notice you probably look at yourself and say, oh, okay, well, maybe I need to go in a different way of presenting, because you want to show also with brands that meet your expectation with, in your genre of pieces. I love it. This is dope.
Thank you.
Especially the leather. I love that. I really do. Well, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into the Who Style and Who show. I am wearing the Kalia Clark the Kalia Clark brown suede camo Mamonte jackets. You'll probably see this again on me with my thigh-high brown boots. Let me give you a quick. Love it. Feels good, looks good. And even though it's quote unquote a male jacket, ladies, this could be cute. Especially too the way I wore it with a cute little jean skirt. or a bowling jacket.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Cute. Okay, call me Richie, Miss Richie Cunningham. Right? What was the sister's name though? Cause she was in love with Fonzie. Right. Good job. Well,
don't get
I
me
wish
to
we had a
lie.
live show so someone could tell us. Happy Days. Who are the characters for Happy Days? My next 10 subscribers, if you answer when I put this up tomorrow, tell me who is some of the characters, especially the girls. But I think it is Chachi. Oh, shout out to Scott Baio from, what was his show? We're going to we're going to start doing trivia in the Who's Styling Who show. Fire your stylist moment. Would that be Kanye West? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on Kanye West? This is when we introduce, we're going to go straight into it. Come on in, Miss Ice. Pull up a chair. Hold on. We're going to have Math is going to pull out another I don't know if she should sit. Should she sit there or no? Nope. Ring around the rosies. Follow, like, comment, share. Who's no? Follow, like, comment, share. Who's styling who? We're going straight into. We're gonna just have a long show. We're gonna have a designer. We're gonna have a round table. We're gonna talk some sugar honey iced tea.
You can take this down.
We're gonna steal some of the designer's clothes. It's still great sweatpants season, ladies and gentlemen. Over the weekend there was some gray sweatpants spottings, and I was excited about that. Today, I was disappointed in these little kids on the train in their gray sweatpants text because one, I can't look at them; they're just freshmen. Two, they were so. You can see it, my what? Oh, okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Base meters. It went nowhere. So I was on the train with these little kids, and they were bad. These freshman boys, so bad. And I just was like, wow, it's so different. It's so different when you see how boys mature. Like, these same boys are going to be someone's something in like 4 years. Like, I don't know what they're going to be, but in 4 years, I would want to just run into one of them because they were cute. But they're calling people, I got HIV. They're like, I got HIV. I'm like, I had to really sit back and think back, like, were the boys my age doing that? Like, and did they say things? And you don't catch it because now you're older, you know. And then I'm just stressed out about being the age that I am and the things that men say at my age. Thank you to all the people that DM me for my concerned rant today on my stories. First of all, I'm coming off of a Mary J. Blige concert when I said this is the What Did You Do weekend segment of the Who's Styling Who, where I run down my weekend and also have trending topics to talk about. So I'm gonna circle back and introduce Ice. Is your whole name Ice Chills or Ice or how? What are we calling
I'm
you?
big headed, so I like Queen Ice Chills. But
Okay, hold on.
You're not gonna make everyone say Queen.
Where is my crown? She's in the other room. Okay, when I go to a commercial break, I'm gonna go get my crown and give you the crown for tonight, which is, it's another thing here on the Who's Styling Who show. We're a very themed show. Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 costumes actually.
She goes to a lot of parties. I'm still.
I get invited a lot, but I be trying to make it. You know.
Here at the Who's Styling Who show last week, we talked about homemade costumes. How important is Halloween to you? Will you be doing a homemade costume, or you really get into it and
I get into it.
and you spend that money?
I'm a holiday person in general anyway. So
Okay,
yeah,
Miss Claus.
I spend a chicken. I spend a chicken.
Oh, so you got to come back for my holiday show. Next week, I will be dressed up. Halloween is on a Monday. I'm here from 8 to 10. And so come out. All is welcomed. And let's have some fun. Let's bob for some apples. and eat some eyes and all that on the Who's Styling Who show. So we won't share your costume, or do you want to tell because it's next week?
I don't care because I ain't like posted so no one knows what it look like.
Right, okay.
One of the costumes is a pirate because I'm like
Are you a
super
sexy?
alcoholic. And yeah, it is sexy though. It's real dope because I took out the inside. It was like a mini like small dress or whatever, but I'm gonna just wear a onesie like leotard.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Back to the perfect holiday when we get to dress half naked and not be judged, sexy pirate.
I put the post up. It said it. It was like, this is the only holiday where we could be thoughts. And no one says anything.
I'm a lady. Where did the word thought?
I don't know.
I don't know. But it took me a while to find out the abbreviation later down the line.
What is
All right, I don't feel bad. Me too.
That hoe over there.
Oh.
Or what is it?
That's the only one I ever heard. That hoe over there.
Some shit. I forgot the other one. It was another one though.
For real, that's the only one I ever heard was that hoe over there.
There's no extra meaning. Well, for me, teen is tell everyone about me. So that's my acronym for team. So
like
thought, we're going to change that to
I gotta write this down.
call me in a minute later when I figure this out. By the end of the show, I will have a new meaning for thought. But if you are a new subscriber and you want to change the meaning to thought to make it better than that hoe over there, I am open to new thought meanings.
You gonna start a whole challenge.
Like the thought new meaning challenge. Because
Facts.
I mean, what is a hoe? I mean, we have two women here, two different spectrum of the world. But first, I have to give you on international TV. Shout out to YouTube because we're international. Big shout out to Disrespectfully Drunk podcast. I had a time.
I had a ball.
Boy, did I have a time. And what was cool is we took Miss Thing out of her element. We got her drunk. She never drinks.
She
ever.
don't.
And not only did we get her to drink,
I'll be so mad she pulls out one of them out of her bag. I swear to God, Kalia pulled it out. And I still got mine in the fridge.
let me see. 'Cause, you know, there's treats in here.
Oh, God, she got a goodie bag, guys.
Right.
Oh,
She did. I knew she was going to back one out.
So, her show is about being disrespectfully drunk, and
Yo.
everyone took these
this
shots. I was the only one who took the big black Cockosaurus. I didn't bring mine. I left mine there, so that means they probably threw mine out. So, Dee, you owe me a big one. That nasty. Unfortunately, the one I took had Hennessy, and anybody who knows me knows I
Oh,
do
my God. You
not.
should have gave me that one.
I don't like that nasty, creamy. It tasted like a bad man's cum.
See.
And how did I know that? That was an alleged. Yeah, that's what I got out of that one.
Oh, my God.
So not only did I have to do that in front of peers, mind you, I'm thinking that
In front of
this was-
peers.
What?
I thought this
An
was a
intimate
show
thing.
about like friends that we know in the industry that do things. I thought I was coming in as a celebrity fashion stylist, and Shice Buds was coming on as the weed, connoisseur that he is,
And
and
both
then
of y'all is the
Tariq
worst.
Buds was gonna be who he was, weed connoisseur branding, and then D Chambers was the artist, and then
That's a good element.
she says we're talking about sex, and I'm like, whoa,
Here we go.
sex.
I thought y'all knew. I knew.
If there was an email, I didn't read it, and that goes back to read things that people send you, because I clearly didn't get that email, because I would have been a little bit more.
That's hilarious.
And then shout out to D Chambers. I'll never look at him the same again. And the reason why is
I thought that was way too funny because it's not him. It's like
so
it's
D
just
Chambers.
not
We're gonna
him.
call him D Chambers. New EP is D Chambers in the Woods,
In the woods.
Nah.
and you had to be.
You have to
there.
watch the episode.
You have to. So shout out to everybody that was there. Debonair, Cha Cha Mystique. Shout out to Cha Cha Mystique, who was also a model in my fashion showcase at the S.STREET Media. The algorithm, the Vander was the brand. But the most important thing, the collages of collages on why Queen, because I'm going to call you a queen for this one. Queen Ice Chills after a day of fun, I decide to leave what? Please show, ladies and gentlemen.
Where is it now?
How did you get it?
was there. Oh, it's all the way over here
Okay,
now.
hold on. Let me just show you why. If you looked at my post and my story when I say I yell at people and ask them, first I ask them, did they see it? Ladies and gentlemen, who leaves their purse behind? Kalia Clark. This is not a new thing.
And she left it
And-
on the table with all the liquor.
Like easily could have been
In
picked up
between
and
the
talked.
In between the hennies.
And I think that people were not at the point of still stealing. So thank you,
Now we grown.
everybody that
Everybody
was
know
there.
what
Thank you. What happened to the weed?
You don't see it right here with
I
your
was
little
just
two
joking.
nuggets.
That was a joke. The point is, this is a good friend. She done bought back. Can't wait for the after party. She done bought back the weed. Now most people, shout out to the Guru, the Ladies Guru show. I dropped the bag of weed. This is a month. No FedEx it back. Nothing. I'm just joking because you don't FedEx stuff in the mail. But I'm just saying, no mail. No, I'll meet you on 32nd Street, 42nd Street. Come back, deliver. He did. Took my weed hostage. So
I'm here calling you in between my sleep. I'm getting up, checking my phone, like, who text me?
yo, first of all, I didn't even know. Like, I literally woke up the next day asking mathematics, did he see? He's like, nah, queen. I know he's like, yo, is there a time
Here
that
you
she
go.
doesn't lose something? So I pray for this New Year's resolution that I stop losing stuff. But Ice, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Ice Chills 2.0. They done took my other page, so this is my new joint. So yeah, if
What did you do?
I
Sexy
did
pictures?
too much. I was doing too much. Between sexy pictures and me going on vacation, and a lot of people was like, you know, reporting my shit every time I did something. So I'm like, damn, like nobody wants to see my life. Like every time I go on live, I'm blocked, all type of craziness. I'm like, yo, people really don't like me.
You know what that is? Somebody.
It's the hate. It's the hate. But Instagram kills me because they turn around and call me all type of bully and shit. I'm like, I never.
But who are you bullying?
Nobody, because if I throw up a subliminal, it's just something that's through my mind. Because like I'll see situations and I'll be like, see, that's that shit I don't like, and then I'll put it on Instagram like, you know what grinds my gears. This, that, and third. This, that, and third. Everybody will be like, yeah, that's real nigga shit. Da-da-da. But Instagram be like, oh nah, bitch, you need a timeout. 28 days you can't post.
So
A whole
there is
month
real
you can't
thing
post.
I'm
It's the
still-
jail.
I'm still recovering off of when I got hacked in 2019, right before the pandemic. That I was suicidal.
See, that hurts.
I was suicidal on my hack. My hack got 20K. Like they made 20,000 off my page. What I was more mad about is that the people really was sending money. Like if you know you owe me money in real life, why would you just send it to me through a DM? Me asking when you know I've never asked you for no money, like, and then now that means I have to take a loss because you just got beat for the money you owe me, or you call yourself doing a blessing. No, when I was reading those things and they say that you could double your money, that's why y'all people was sending that money because y'all thought y'all were gonna make money and you didn't make no money. So wow, so you got hacked for the harassment.
I wasn't hacked.
They just-
Instagram took the page. They disabled it. It's not a person that took it. Instagram turned around and was like, you know, there's a lot of complaints
let me
on you,
close
so they
mine.
took it. You know what I'm saying? No, y'all
Instagram-
should. That situation, I'd rather, because I know people that could get the page back. That's nothing if somebody took it. But
So
once
Instagram
Instagram
just
does it,
violated you, said no
yes,
more.
I be sending emails and everything to them. They be like, oh, we're gonna look it over. We'll talk to you in like 4 days. They'll hit me up like, oh, we still not gonna let it go. I be like, oh, these niggas is fat. I be going to court. Okay, Insta court.
Well,
It's
let
real.
me. Wow, let me watch
That shit's
what I
worse because you know
say.
me. If anything happened to my Instagram, I'll just call Josh. Josh, you know what I'm saying? Soundbite management. Shout out to you, but Instagram, you can't go around that shit. No, they not playing.
Okay, well, Instagram, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me and all the times. The craziness I post on Instagram.
Yes, 'cause-
But it's going to get worse. Shout out to the New York Minute. She gave me a pep talk. She's like, I love your show, but I need you to do all these things. I'm like, okay. You have to be able to take criticism. I'm learning in this business. I've been doing it for a while. We're in 12th season of the Who Stylin' Who. That's 12 years. That's a lot of shows. Yet I only have 12
I
out.
sure only going on 5 years. This you got 12 shit.
I've been doing 12 years
How
and
long
I
you
only
been
got
here?
12 episodes.
Our show
really.
only goes 5 seasons. Yeah, where we only got 5 years in. You talking about a whole 12 shit.
D
Congrats.
Chambers though, because D Chambers used to be a fan favorite on the Who Style and Who show. Tomorrow, catch me and Ice Chills. The Queen. I'm sorry, Queen Ice Chills.
I'm dead.
She will be in the building alongside myself for the Trappers Only.
Yes, ma'am. Travis Only concert.
Chill.
There be square, y'all.
Chill and Bill.
Shout outs to Dorset.
Big shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes.
Oh, I like that sweater. See, that's a real football. So you wear that when you're in the stands because it be cold as a motherfucker when you watch them games.
Right. I'm not boycotting. I love football. I actually am a team hopper, which that's what somebody called me. So I'm just going to reference that. I am a New York Giants all day, every day. Been a fan for years. But sometimes you have to get into the fashion. And my name is Kalia Clark. So why would I not be a Kansas City fan?
Fire.
Like, can we just talk about
fire.
that? It's an
hard, though.
Yeah, it's an alternate. This is my poncho. I live, and you're right. This is for games, and I am grateful that we are winning. I'm grateful for the New York Giants that are busting ass. Is it because I showed my ass on Sunday? So this is my thing. If you are into sports, ladies, the challenge for you. Get dressed up. Get creative. Show me your favorite way of expressing the cheerleader in you. Last week I did. Well, no, actually not last week. Sunday. I did a high red boot with Let's Go G-Man in a sparkle red and blue booty short with the New York Giants starter. Love you, starter. This is starter as well. Shout out to Texana Watts, who gives me everything, starter. I love you so much. Yeah, so I did that. And I just like to be cute and sexy. It's not for the likes. It's more for the views. And I say that because embrace, love, have fun. How do you feel about sexiness? Like, talk to me. First of all, are you single?
Am I single? Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel, judged about being sexy on Instagram? Do you feel like, do you have the friends that be like, girl, you be doing too much? Or do you have friends that encourage?
Me being from Connecticut, I do have a lot of people in Connecticut that look at it like, you're naked. And everyone in New York be like, that's regular. You ain't even really going that hard. So, it's here and there. And then at some point, I was on some shit like, I don't want to post this because I don't want certain people to see that. So now it's like, I really don't care.
At what point did you realize and say you don't care? You're just...
I think when my best friend was like, because at one point I was only bartending. I wasn't dancing. So a lot of people kept calling me a stripper because I was like half naked bartending. So it was like at some point I was like, well, whatever. And then I ended up dancing. I'm like, you know what? I get it. But at the same time, I just, I don't care. Like at this point, like once I got old enough, I was just like, I really don't give a fuck. And I feel better. Like now I actually love myself more than before. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom even said, she's like, you dancing. You don't even like your nipples. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time now it's like, I really don't care. I actually look at myself like I'm popping. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm all right.
What sign are you?
On me. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, look, I got you tattooed in that.
Oh, that's that too. Up and down, go ahead, Khalid. I told you it was a thing. Why I like you.
The goat. Let me tell you something. Capricorns love them. I'm a Taurus. Love myself.
Oh, my brother's a Taurus.
That shit crazy Taurus. I am.
May 9th.
April 24th. So shout out to all the Tauruses. Shout out to all the women in general. A lot's been going on social media this week. Kanye with his...
You gotta love him, man.
This is my thing. I said it last week. I'm standing behind it. When you lose a parent, I don't care how old you are, it does something. I lost my dad at a very young age, and I think this is why I have such a terrible time with men. It's just, you guys are just... I don't know. I know if my dad was alive, I probably would be like a little bit more choosier because you got to bring these people home, and you don't want your dad to be like, you're a TH OT.
My parents are different. My parents do not be caring about who I date. Do not care
I'm
me
just
the
saying because like I'm looking at my choices and I'm like,
That's
does that
hilarious.
make me a THOT? Because I like who likes me. And some girls, they have standards in a sense where they only date guys with money. They may only date black guys. They only date
Listen,
white guys.
there is a borderline from hoe to thought. I've learned that. It's two
But
different
would you
things.
rather be a hoe or a thought?
I'd rather be a hoe.
I think I
Hoe
want to be
always
a
get
hoe
shit.
too.
I gotta be a hoe now. It's worth it. When you a thought, all the bullshit you go through, it don't be worth it.
Can we get 5 differences between a hoe and a thought? Because for me, I know we're in difference in age.
Yeah.
So in my age now, being versus, I had to do a whole this. I'm like,
It'd be like that. It's the breakdown for me.
it's like I had to. So yeah, so I'm the teen mom that didn't get a show. So my daughter's 26. You figure it out, and she's only 6. I'm only 15, 16 years older than her. So back then, I was the scarlet letter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like so. But now everybody has a kid, and it doesn't even be 10. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, she's 10. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Pray for her, do a GoFundMe, and you help them out.
That's for real.
Right.
It's okay to be a thought, right? Which is so commonly what you would think would be like a hoe, but it's now better to be a hoe because hoes are at a different level of classiness. Like you know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
like a hoe.
And in a way, they actually do have. They actually do have standards though. When you think about it, because I feel like thoughts don't have no standards. This bitch fucking
Nah, they
everybody.
don't.
You know what I mean?
A hoe gets you getting money
that's a
too.
fact.
Like
Nah,
it's like you
that's
have to
hilarious,
like a
though.
hoe. You could be like a weed hoe.
Yeah.
You know because but there's a weed hoe and then there's thotting for weed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
A
saying?
weed hoe is like, oh, this nigga know he coming with like an ounce or better. And
Yeah,
leaving
facts,
shit,
facts.
And leaving it. Not, oh, we're gonna smoke the ounce, I fuck you, and then you leave. No.
And I ain't got no
It
weed
has,
still.
yeah, it
What
has
shit
to
is it?
be a
It's gotta be a
barter.
worth. It gotta be something
Okay,
that
cool.
way.
So I
Yeah.
know I'm not crazy.
And it's crazy because chicks will sit there and down that, right? But I feel like there's nothing wrong with it because, like I said, sometimes it got to be worth it because niggas really think they slick, yo. You'll sit there talking to somebody and it be all good. Then out of nowhere, the shit just ends mad crazy. What do you have left out of that relationship? Because the most shit he gonna talk is he fucked the life out of you, know all this
Came
extra shit,
on your
ate all
eye.
your food,
Right.
Everything.
all this extra shit, and you looking like
Sodomized you, all these things. I'm sorry.
he bought me a shirt.
Right.
Now he bought me a shirt.
Well,
Yeah.
the new thoughts, okay, but these
paid
young
for all the
thoughts,
hotel
these
rooms.
young thoughts are getting red bottoms. So are these? Would you consider if you're getting red bottoms and expensive things, you're hoeing more than a thotty? Because the way I'm seeing it, you're really getting flown out to get ravished, and you're gonna get these consolation prizes, which is door one.
But in most cases, no. But for real, though, in most
red
cases,
bottoms,
dudes.
the shopping
Nah, that's
spree.
a fact.
But in most cases,
That's
dudes are
35.
willing to do that. But most of us will sit there and go, "No, it's okay. I buy my own stuff."
Oh, not
I don't
me.
want
Listen,
you
let
to
me tell
buy
you
it,
something.
honey.
If you are ravishing me,
I don't want him to be
I
spoiling
need
me like
something. Icy pack. I need, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm giving, dating me, you
Icy
get a
pack.
to-go bag. I'm never going to let you do the walk of shame. You're going to get a hoodie, new pair of drawers. I'm feeling frisky, gray sweatpants just because I
Before
want
you
to.
leave,
Feeling-
grab one of the gift bags.
Yeah,
Thank you,
feeling
honey, for
frisky with the
coming.
gray sweatpants.
Great shit.
Dating me, you gonna get a shirt. Thank you for. It was a great night. Here's the Kalia Clark.
styling you?
Who's
Oh,
styling
yes.
who? And people be like, I didn't even think of it. Like, don't call me Kalia Weinstein. I'm just saying, like, I just think that much of you to not let you walk, because I don't like to see you in the same thing. So I want to see you. I'm trying to keep you for 48 hours. So it's like, don't worry. When they're like, damn, I gotta go change. No, you don't.
I got some shit.
Got some shit for you. Stay, cuddle, smoke.
Stay cuddled.
I can't.
And that's just, but I'm saying now as I gotten older, I realized that those gifts become more of like a consolation prize, because like these new men are entitled. Like these older men just don't care anymore. They're like, nah, give me $100. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what?
Like since when?
Like, when did
What
that
happened?
happen?
What's happening?
And I've
Supposed
noticed,
to
yeah, and
support
I've
y'all
noticed
niggas?
like,
Yo.
and I've noticed that guys now will take, because like, you know, if you like somebody and it depends. Like if you're with them, you know, your man, if you're with them, those situations come up. $1, $2, $3. The longer you with them, they just increase. They just feel more comfortable to ask you for 500, 1,000, 2 bands.
That's why you can't know.
Yeah, so that
it's not even starting.
So I think when you're a hoe, they know not to ask you. They're like,
Cause ain't no point. I'm gonna ask you right back.
Nah. And then thought is just like this bitch don't even. That's
stupid ass. That probably give it to you
she's
just
gonna do
because
it.
dick is popping. But
so that leads me to believe: am I a thought or a hoe?
I think it depends, man.
Because if I'm
you
getting
could be a dog in your own little way, son.
I don't know. I think in my younger self,
It's like, yo.
I was more of a dog. But as my older self, you just start thinking about things, and then you just become softer in age. I'm telling you, like the things that I've allowed,
I feel like
I would have definitely been.
Not doing it before.
Nah, seriously, I said that the other day.
Yeah, like,
That you letting shit rock.
Yeah,
right?
I'm letting a lot of stuff rock that I would have
that's
probably
what I'm saying.
violated somebody for.
I'm saying it out loud. Like today's random rant was just a thought of like, damn, like I really just let this happen to me, and I just gotta eat it. Take it on the chin, tato. I'm not even Spanish, and you know when you start speaking other languages, the trauma is so high.
It's that real.
It's like
Right.
So yeah, today's question of the night is hoe or thought. Because remember that lady that's in Blackish? But she's like the mother in every show. She's like the Dean in Hillman. She's a really big actress. Can't think of her name, but she's like in every show. And then she says in the movie Brothers, how.
She's dark skinned.
Yes, she's an
I know you're
Oh,
talking
the
about.
big ass eyes. I know you.
Yeah, I
talking
know.
about.
Yes, I
never knew
know.
her name, but yeah, I know
Yes,
you're talking about.
she's the
Amazing
mother in
actress.
everything.
The one that
Literally.
wasn't trying to give no head. She was like, why don't you just go in the room and tell our daughter sucking dick will cure cancer? Like, this nigga's wilding.
Right. And the funny part is she teaches you in this movie, The Brothers, she's like, if a man really loves you, he gives you the last piece of his cake or the last piece of his
I'm
food.
dead now. I know you're talking about. She talking about the one that's always named Loretta.
Yeah.
So shit. Loretta.
In one of her movies, The Brothers, when she says "ho," to this day, that's why I said there's levels of ho, because she was like, she's that ha, because the lady's like, the other lady she's calling
Yeah.
her ho. She's like, ha.
She said stank hoe. She said stank who? She said no, not stank who, stank hoe. You know, like ignorant hoe, slutty hoe.
So the question is, what level of ho are you? Because the thought is just, I can't get it with it.
Yeah.
They're like, you're a thought. And thirsty, what's your take on the
nah,
word
thirsty?
thirsty?
Thirsty is.
Thirsty.
What's
Go.
thirsty?
I feel like that's a bitch that wants some and she can't get it, but she just
thirsty.
doing the
Now
most.
you got guys that's thirsty too.
The dudes will do it too. They will DM you all day trying to get your damn
Thirsty is
attention. That's
thirsty.
thirsty, bro.
I like that. But
I like it too though because I'm weird. I'm so weird because I'm super weird. Let me tell you how weird I am. Right? I'm so weird because I like to chase niggas because I like dudes that don't want me. Am I weird? I like niggas that don't want me, and then they gonna want me at some point. But if you don't, I'll let it rock. But I'm gonna feel real weird about it because I'll be like, what the fuck? I really can't get this nigga. This nigga must not like me.
that's where I'm
He
at
must
right
not
now.
like my
I'm
type.
at.
I'm weird.
I'm at. But any man that don't want you, it has a narcissistic tendency. Just
I feel that.
Just
Yeah.
understand that because they have to know that we know something in a confidence about ourselves that they have to bring us down to say, whether it be, oh, you dance, oh, you on Instagram showing your butt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they pick little things.
Or you ain't the right skin tone. I like Spanish bitches. Like what?
Right.
Like nigga,
Okay, what is
you
one of the
connect
most
with me
funniest-
more. Like yo.
One of the most funniest things someone ever told me was, I like you. I don't like black girls, but I like you because you don't look black.
What?
Am I the only one that finds certain things that niggas say could seem so racist? Like one
That's
dude
really
looked at me
offensive.
and was like, "Yo, you're
Nah, I
really
would've
pretty for a
felt
black
that.
girl." Am I the only one that doesn't like shit like that? You
No,
can't
I
talk
get
to me
that
like
too.
that.
Like, oh yeah, you're pretty for a black girl. Or when I
What
say,
the fuck does that really mean though? Am I bugging that I don't like when certain people say it? I'd be like, what? Like I seen a girl look at another chick and go, "Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned chick." What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, and
What
you know
are you
what's so
saying
funny?
right now?
The girls, that's a whole topic where I don't do that. I just be like, you're pretty. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
And
you
I
got
think-
people that will say it. You're pretty.
But you don't
for.
have
And it's
to
like,
say
why
that,
did
though.
you
If
say
they're
that?
pretty,
No,
they're
when a
just
guy
pretty.
does it, it's so
It's weird.
It's very weird.
Because
Like
it
when a
means you're
guy
basically
tells-
saying, I wouldn't even look at a person like you, but I find you pretty.
I think it's a huge red
That's
flag when a
fucking
black
crazy.
man tells me they don't date black women. I'm like, wow, okay. Do you come from a? Oh,
Yeah, that kind of hurts when they turn around and say they don't even like their own kind. But I ain't
Again.
going front. I don't date Jamaicans. I'm sorry. I won't. And I'm Jamaican as fuck. I'm not, I can't do it. I cannot date a Jamaican. I don't trust them. I'm not with it. Because they're too damn promiscuous in their own little ways. They always fucking. I'm not with it.
Not
And then they
always
try to
fucking.
use their accent, try to bag everybody. Man, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to everybody. That's why
I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like,
Niggas
talk
stop talking
to
to
me
everybody.
spicy. That's that patois. Talk to me. I love it. Come here, gal. Let me-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can't date. Look at this. What is that? What are you going?
I realize that when you are talking to any of a West Indian, you become very West Indian. You want to go to islands more.
Yo, chill out. Because my homegirl is African and she was dating a Trinidadian. And I swear to God, everything was something patois or something. I'm like, girl, you are nothing close to us.
I'm not gonna lie. I anytime I'm Jamaicanized, it's more
Jamaicanized.
yeah, because
It's
when
lit. It's the vibes.
You just start. It starts with the head twist, and then me because I wear braids and different things like that. I always feel like I'm more of an island girl, so I'd be like island girl. But now that I have a real island girl there, and since I stay on the island, I thought I can go more into being. And my grandfather told me I'm Bahamian, so we're gonna run with that. Back to hoe or thought. So we've already described two different types of hoes. I don't like when they call. So can you be an old thought? Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's a cougar.
Yes,
Fuck you.
yes, yes.
That's what exactly.
Definitely could be an old thought.
Right.
I already told everybody when I get old, it's lit.
Okay, so
sorry.
I'm definitely in cougar stages, and this is the point that starts to get to. It does, because as a teen mom that didn't get a show, I have to. I've lived my life as different levels of hoes, because at 15 you're automatically labeled as a hoe. Like, why she having a baby,
She got hips and shit.
Yeah, you can't hang out with her. She's a hoe.
I got that.
Remember, thought was not a word.
Yeah,
so
it
we
just
took
hoe.
hoe for a very long time.
Floozy is some crazy ass
Right,
shit.
yes, a skank.
Nigga,
My
skank,
aunt
yeah.
is ill with the names, nigga. You get called Tramp, everything.
Oh
I
yeah,
be like,
Trent
what,
was one.
Skeezer?
Trent was one.
It's like now Madonna, trending topic. Madonna made a comment Cardi B took to offense, that Madonna says that had she not been the one that took all of the stigma, people banned her. Remember, Madonna was banned in countries.
Madonna was sexy.
When she was doing Vogue and talking about sex, she was ahead of her time. Transgenders, everything. Because if you look at where we are right now, that's everything she fought for, gender equality, all that, and now that's, if you're not gay, you're kind of judged.
No. Listen, trust me. No.
And if you don't have the extra extravagant costumes, then you're boring.
Oh, right, yeah.
I remember that.
That's what put her in the front of it.
Right. When she did that. What was that song with the Catholic
Like a virgin.
Say, what is that?
Oh my God, I'm dead.
I just think there's certain topics.
I don't think I ever
in
heard
the
that. I
world
need to
when we start talking
listen to
about-
that.
Like Virgin? Touch for the very
But
first
listen
time.
to the song.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
You heard it
listen to
before.
that. No.
You definitely heard it
I be in my
before,
own
son.
little like.
You heard it back in the day in movies and shit. You heard
Probably,
that
I
song.
probably heard it and don't know what it's called.
Like a virgin.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I gotta give a whole minute. Like a virgin.
Yeah, that song used
That's
to kill
one of
it.
the songs that, as a black girl, right? And this is where you have this is where we become race. You see how we say, oh, you're pretty for a black girl. Madonna was so ill that as a black woman, you were there like,
Because she was sexy.
she was, and that's
Madonna
the
was
only
it.
white girl, her and Cyndi Lauper,
Yeah,
that I really
Shout out to
emulate.
Dix.
Because it was two
Say that
different.
one more time. What you just said about the back in the days.
Back in the days, but
Donna was. You said you used to listen to her.
oh, like back in the days, Madonna, as a black woman, she was a sexy white girl. Like remember, race was still, it's always a
Yeah.
thing. But back then, you didn't say you wanted to be like
A sex symbol type
like
of
a
thing.
sex symbol, but you wanted to be like Madonna. And the crazy part about being Madonna is they did call Madonna a hoe. You know what I mean? And what's so crazy about that, now it's okay to be a hoe. Like, that's what I'm asking, like, what levels of hoe? Because right now you could just be, like, mistresses is like, Sister Wives.
Sister
like,
Wives
You
is
be
crazy
a hoe,
to
you just
me.
can't be a thought with it.
but what is that? It still has the word hoe in it.
a
That
fact.
hoe
Hoe
over
over
there. They
there.
just added a
I be
T
scared to even bring up
and a
names that be in the
T.
music industry because you be like, what if you don't really know what they doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You have people in the industry where you'll hear stories about them fucking all these people and you be like, okay, but what are you doing? Did you get anywhere? No?
Right, but that also leads
At
that
all?
at a time in the music industry, there with the Me Too movement before it becoming prevalent, the characteristics and just getting in the music industry was the casting couch. They tell you
Yes.
not to use it, but that's your only way in. Thank God now there's other alternative ways. But if we really gonna talk about it, there are so many scarred women, so many women who, people. That's one thing I love about
They be
Corinne.
fucked up in their head.
Corinne Steffens. She owned up to.
That's crazy that you just said that. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah, I live for her. I live for Corinne because Corinne broke down barriers. Like everybody was. Do you know what that is to have that much power to?
Not even just that, she opened her mouth.
Right,
Nobody was doing that.
She was like, I sucked this person's. You know what? I gave
Yeah, I
them
seen that.
fellatio. I was so good at it. Then got labeled as the best head giver, which made me step up and say, you know what? I challenge you to a duo. I met her and I was like, I challenge you because
Yo,
honestly, I saw what
she
you was
got
giving,
it.
honey. And that she is the founder of Sloppy Toppy that people don't even realize that before there was the grapefruit.
They gave it a nickname.
And she was that.
Super head. Off rip, nigga. Hell yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even, and I'm not even gonna lie, until I saw her give it, I was like, oh yeah, the bitches ain't, nobody's doing that outside of the white girls. And she learned that, hands down, she learned that from white porn. I don't care what she says, because white porn, that's all we had. You know how hard it was for black girls to break into the porn industry and then even it be considered, because black girls was a secret fetish to white men. It wasn't like, out
Yeah.
there in the open. And they've always gotten paid lesser than the white porn stars. So, and black porn is way raunchier than white porn. They make black girls go in. I never understood
And
that.
sometimes they never get checked either. They don't check for diseases and shit. They just go straight in.
Right. And that's why it's good to watch you guys on Pornhub and all those other sites and never have to run into.
Right. Be nothing but homemade movies though. I swear to God, them shits be so homemade. All of them shits, they be so random.
So the funny part is the way we are in like I just saw the thoughts on the Little Nas. Did you see the YSL commercial of him as the new face of the YSL Beauty? Little Nas.
Do you know how real that is and how fucked up that is? Because Migos wanted to be a part of the YSL shit versus the whole Versace and they got dubbed.
Uh-huh.
And they took him. I mean, he's gay though. The LGBT community shit is really taking over. Look at American Horror Stories. That shit is all gay. The whole season now, the new shit that just dropped, 3 episodes. Nothing but gay men. It's nothing but gay shit going on.
They accept a black man when he's effeminate.
Okay, we talk about Thelma and coming out in the new Scooby-Doo movie. I'm just confused on why that's even an issue on Thelma. They focus
Being
on
black?
No, Thelma's
Like Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo. Thelma's comes out in the new Scooby-Doo.
Oh, she's gay.
She's gay and she's in love with this little black
Because they
girl.
fucking keep doing that. It's like y'all keep doing shit.
now,
Y'all
as
throwing it
an
in there. It's like
mean-
you didn't have to
Sometimes
put
do
it
you
in
feel
there.
like it's over gay? Because sometimes
I do.
I do.
I want to be politically correct. So
It's
can we
fine.
say gay?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
care.
Sometimes, and I live for the gays, but sometimes it's just becoming a little
It's too
over.
much.
It's a little over gay. But I'm happy you guys are in a place where we're at. I just feel like it's being a little forced down our throat.
I think it's funny because it kind of reminds me of back when black people had their own shit and then they just try to put a white person in there. Like you just try to squeeze them in there for some reason. It's like they didn't have to be there. Like
Right, and
it's
they're
not
doing that
called
with
for.
gay.
I mean, y'all could come, but
Because
it's
even
just,
with the comics
Watch
now,
here.
a Batman and somebody's gay.
and that's dumb. Like nigga, y'all could have made a whole.
But I just
new
don't
superhero
understand.
for
And my
that.
thing is like, I understand like you couldn't just come out at any time, but it just
don't
it
ruin
just
it.
makes it weird to how like these superhero has to be in a superhero. Now it's in Scooby Doo. Now it's in Disney. Now it's in this. It's just like, okay, cool.
It's too much.
And at 5, does a kid really?
Yeah, I was
I was
gonna
about
say
to
like
say
I
that for it
think
to
that
be
it
on
does a
Disney's,
lot. Like
that's a
like
lot.
I honestly feel like it is too much at a point in time. Like
When's the cutoff? Go ahead, talk about it.
I don't know. Like I just feel like it should be like it shouldn't be like on TV and stuff like as much as it is, but it should be a conversation to kids so that. Cause you got little kids that'll go to school and be like they're a little boy, but they think they're a little girl. Like so, how they classmates know how to address them. Like you know what I'm saying? But that's so I just feel like it's just certain times and places for certain
I'm down
things.
for a class because
Like-
now my friend's daughter, shout out to my friend Letitia Rose in Florida. You have an opt as a parent to let your child go to the class of gender something. I don't know the right.
Yeah, but I think it's too much. Like they don't.
I think they gonna
just
mess little kids up. They gonna think they gay.
I just
Yeah, like
think
I feel like too. Like
gonna
I feel
think
like
they gay.
I feel like that as well. Not think they're gay, but I feel
gonna
like it's
form
gonna
their mind into
it's gonna
something.
make people want to be more experiment more, and I just feel like that's disrespectful to the people that
actually
that's who they are. Like that's what they stand for. It's like I'm not an experiment.
Facts.
True, and that goes back to the DHOT because this generation,
Bitches will fuck anything. You
these
be like,
new generations are fluent.
Facts.
They're fluent in
that bisexual
naughty
shit
there.
be
That's
too
why.
much.
That's why we're here with
Too
no,
much.
no gender. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And they're like, yeah, don't judge me because some days I'm like,
See, I don't like that shit. That's the only thing that
don't
confuses
like
me
that.
too. Cause I'll be like, okay, do I call you a girl? Do I call you a guy? Oh, I don't really. But what? What would you want? You don't want me to call you anything. So what am I supposed to call you? It. You don't want me to call
or
you
don't
it
call
now.
it
Like, no.
because you have to. You
That
can't
sounds
identify
crazy.
as she. It just don't. They just want to be their name.
No. Pick something. You gotta make.
Nah,
it
but
simple for
everybody
me.
do got their
That's
own
not
pronouns.
easy.
Like sometimes even like I'm a designer, so sometimes I meet models that's transgender and stuff like that. Some of them disclose it with me, some of them don't, but I be happy with the ones that do because then I get to ask like like I don't want to call them the wrong thing. Like you know what I'm saying? They could be in the middle of transition and it be like, all right, I'm calling you he, but you want to be called a she. Like so I just feel like if that's what it is, you should disclose that from jump and keep it that.
Cause I'm about to say
Like-
the ones that don't bring it up. Do y'all feel that's really, really bad? Cause I find it a little.
Maybe they still not that comfortable enough, or maybe they unsure themselves.
Just
That's
so
my
confused.
opinion.
I feel like you can't tiptoe with people though if you're
I
not
can't.
gonna
You
come
have
fully
to-
out the closet though.
Or just whatever.
shit is
Just what's
fucked
your
up.
name? What's your name is Matthew or Ashley? We just gonna call you Matthew or Ashley. We just gonna keep
I
it.
be sitting there watching like episodes of Murray and Jerry, and they be joking about it, but I be like really in my mind like, if this is real though, you picked the right nigga. This is gonna go left, and
True.
that's
Now-
been happening for years. So it's like, I feel
True,
like you gotta.
true. Oh, Pam, we were talking about the character from Saturday Night. Pam, remember she's like, I'm Pam. she had, she was the
cracking
first
me
Ice
up.
Spice actually because she had the.
Go to the first Ice Spice.
Y'all seen the Halloween costume? Y'all better chill out.
No, but you know what? The Ice Spice costume Halloween showed me if you don't own your likeness, that's what happens because you can't. Spirit is a big company.
Yeah.
So because they're not gonna put out a costume unless they know that they could run with this. By the time you sue them, they already made their quick
Thousand of them shits.
By the time you
or
sue
whatever
them.
they wanted to make off the costume. Because I mean, you could do Ice Spice for probably cheaper than what the costume
Hell yeah.
because you could go get
Pretty
get
girl
a-
got that outfit for like what $4 or $5 like that is. Then the bubble jacket, that's like good $24 across the street at Foxy's.
Shout
Shout out to the rundown on the store.
Oh yeah, I'll be on Jamaica Ave. I know where to buy my things. Anything I see on Fashion Nova, bet money I can find it. This right here is on Pretty Girl. I found on the Ave.
I used to
The
do that.
pants too, Fashion Nova.
I tell them that Rainbow, Pretty Girl, all that. It's about vending and vending sources. A lot of that's why if you see boutiques,
all
it's
that
like,
shit.
how could she sell the same thing as her? Because they all have the same vendors list and they're shopping. I always laugh at girls who be like, "Oh, I would never shop at Rainbow." I'm like, "Oh, what are you wearing? Fashion Nova? Oh, you shopped at Rainbow because
Rainbow. It's the same
it's a
shit.
man. If you look at your look in your tags, but the people also when you get to the next level, it's called what I tell them about hang tags. Putting your you can take it's called cut and sew. You take out
Facts.
one tag and you sew in another because that's what they normally do. Sorry, I'm that Canada
I
dry.
got a couple of dresses from Fashion Nova, and I swear that's what they did with them tags. 'Cause I'm like, they got material tags. You can always put those on anything. That's nothing.
Right. And that's why I tell people, like, learn quality of clothing, learn about mass producing, learn about the difference between cut and sew, ready to wear, and, you know, just garments in general. I think when new brands come out, that's something I always try to explain to them. When a perfect brand is Milano, because Milano, when she first came out, she, you know,
shit is official. Her name is on everything.
She was starting with H&M hoodies though, so she was going to H&M, taking the hoodies. Her dream was to be where she's at now, but when you don't know, you go on the clearance rack, you're getting your hoodies 14, because she was always her hoodies was always $40, $50, $60. They just, you were paying for her name. And then to see where she's at now, outerwear, she's got kids clothing. It's trial and error. So that's why I tell brands, I'm never ashamed to say that I think the brands that I deal with are luxury, even if you're not. And I call them urban luxury or streetwear brands, because you have to get to the different levels that you're trying to grow as a brand. I give anyone props just for getting that heat press machine, investing in the embroidery, like a brand Royal Vision. Like, I watched Eddie literally learn how to embroider. You know, I look at Mathematics, who does Style by Poverty, like brands that just start from the beginning. Even Who's Styling Who, it's a logo, and I'm all about branding. Like, it's cool to wear all brands. I love brands, but my show, this is the one time where I get a visual opportunity to show my brand, Who's Styling Who. I wear tons of brands, but I'm always going to wear repetitively my brand, Who's Styling Who, because who's gonna promote you better than yourself?
Exactly.
No one.
Exactly.
The person of persons. Shout out to Kanye West, and the reason why I'm gonna say shout out to Kanye West is for several reasons. When we love Kanye, everyone loved him because he was in the Momante. Momante's bigger than a moment. Visionary wise, as an artist, he can't be touched. I'm saying, and I say vision wise because look at what he did, where he's at now is straight mental illness. And if you can't see that, then you don't really understand people. If you look at, Basquiat, and you look at, who was one of the bigger, Van Gogh. Like, if you look at people that were famous, some of these people, even in designers, Gaultier, these people were considered like some tortured souls. Like, and I say this, that not that Kanye West is a tortured soul. I say that first, he's already an artist. I'm an artist. People call me crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Kalia crazy. I shouldn't even put my last name as Clark. Crazy. Cool. Sometimes you laugh about it. Other times, when you hear it for so much, you learn to, okay, I'm crazy. I've adapted to it. I'm crazy because my crazy is not your crazy. You get what I mean? For me, I just feel like I'm a vocal person. I say what's on my mind. What is Kanye West is doing? Saying what's on his mind. Freedom of speech. He's exercising every right that we have. Freedom of speech. Now, yes, he's doing anti-Semitic and racial slurs, but guess what? So do so many other people all day, every day on huge platforms. And because it's a black man, we're all against it. Well, guess what? A lot of us are programmed to think and talk and believe whatever they say. If a lot of people agree with Kanye West, they're not going to say it out loud because everybody's saying that they canceled him. I look at him and I say, wow, let's pray for Kanye. Pray for him because he has a platform to speak about whatever. I think watching what because people don't really understand what goes behind the scenes. When you become a parent, and I tell this to people, unless you have kids, you don't understand when you can't see your kids. That affects people totally different.
Right now.
Like, so until you have a child and somebody tells you you cannot see your child when you want to, you cannot just show up at your child's birthday party. You have to call somebody, call a nanny, you don't know what that does to a man or a woman, because there's women out here who can't see their kids.
And it was regular people at the party that he is the father not invited to also. Because it was rappers there at the
Right. So
That's
I think
crazy.
when we start talking about people, let's talk about the stories and what we know at hand. So again, these are celebrities, right? He could pick and choose what he can say. I know that. He's not completely bonkers, right? But what is bonkers? Because he's just speaking what he feels. Like we have freedom of speech. Now, again, if you don't agree, you don't have to agree. I'm not with a lot that he says, but I'm with a lot that he says. And I'm praying for him because when you expose so many things, you got a target on your back. He's already a black man, but he's letting out some sugar honey iced tea that if you don't know politics, if you don't know the government, if you don't know things like this man single-handedly bought Adidas back. Outside of Adidas, you only had shell toes. Nobody was wearing Adidas. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. No, we could
the only
debate
thing I
all
wear is
day.
shell toes.
The only
I'm not
people
wearing
who
other
were
ones.
wearing Adidas, you wore a shell toe Adidas. You didn't go and say, I'm going to go pay. It's true. Like, in this room, when was your last
might.
pair of Adidas?
You might buy a pair of
High
running
school.
ones.
No, you're buying
Besides,
a
like,
Nike.
Adidas high
You're buying a
school.
Nike
I
running
bought a
shoe.
pair of Adidas running shoe. I
I'm
did because
going
they were
to
the light
Nike.
ones. They was mad comfortable. But there's the ones that look like the Kanye ones. They
Oh,
look like
right.
them.
Now, a Jeremy
Oh, yeah,
Scott
Jeremy
was
Scott,
a
that
good, was
collection
a
was a
big
good
one.
one, yeah.
Until he
Take it
fucked
back,
up.
see?
He fucked up with the sneakers with the
Wait.
ankle bracelet on there. The shit that looked like shackles. Yeah, them sneakers fucked him up for a second. Niggas was looking at him kind of weird, like, whoa, hold on, why?
My thing is, if we're gonna talk about sneakers, we need to talk about Skechers. We need to talk about
Skechers need to stop.
No,
I love
Skechers.
Skechers. You really fuck with Skechers?
No, I do. Skechers was
Like on a Steve Madden type of level at one point? Because I know at some point I feel like they was like neck to neck back in the day.
I feel
wasn't
like,
sure now, though.
but if you look at a Sketcher design, you're wearing Skechers right now with a Balenciaga. So a Balenciaga sneaker, a wedge heel comes from Skechers. If you know sneakers, they were the only sneaker outside of a Converse, and a Converse still didn't give you a platform. Their new collection right now, this is the first time that Converse is into a platform. Going back, you had Diodoras, you had Atonics, you had New Balances. So Skechers was still a shoe that stood out on its own merit because it had all these wacky colors. You know what I'm saying?
They had a lot of designs.
And again, only black people didn't rock with Skechers. Skechers was, that's why the company was out for so long, because Skechers was huge in the white America, because they wore that. That was the skater look. Before there was Vans, there were, what did a skater wear? You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to really look at fashion. And not only did skaters, it wasn't even about Skechers because they had other sneakers. The girly girl, like, who wore your pleated skirts, your Catholic
they had
girls.
wild colors.
Skechers had so many colors, and again, they were a worldwide shoe, even international. So someone overseas
in
getting
London,
a
it goes
Skechers
crazy.
was like a big thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't really know fashion. They think that when something becomes trending, and remember, there was life before the internet. That's why so many of the legends are so bitter, because they didn't make the money these young kids are making now. They're, and as a person who's caught in between two time zones, because I'm technically Tinkerbell in spirit, but it's just not transcending every year when a new age hits. So forever Tinkerbell, forever young, but this is a young people's market. So in order to stay relevant, legends and people like a Method Man who's 50, like, but right now he's considered one of the sexiest black men in any age right now. He's like really
Forever. I'm just saying. Forever. That's a good looking man right there. Go ahead.
and that's what I'm saying. And then you look at a lot of these young girls, they're aging terribly. They're aging.
Girl, you see Stacey Dash? I am so sorry, Stacey. I'm sorry, but girl, she look bad.
I mean, we're gonna do,
Your
this
lawn
is the
is
50
gorgeous.
Shades of Shade. We're gonna do 50 Shades of Shade.
Lord.
50 Shades of Shade.
50 Shades.
50 Shades. So one of the shades is people in their aging. That's a topic. Some of the people I would say that are not fulfilling to their age would be like Jasmine Guy, Little Kim.
Yeah, definitely Little Kim.
We love you. I love
Yes, we
you.
love you,
This is
Kim.
no shade.
Voorhees,
This
Saved
is
by the Bell.
Lark Voorhees. Ooh, she's definitely. And the thing is, Maya Campbell too. Ooh.
They start looking tired after a while, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get banned. I just want to say here at the Who Style and Who Show, this is all just pure entertainment.
I'm
and
mad
fun.
at Vivica face right now too.
Oh,
Too much Botox.
we're
And I
on
love her to death, son.
47
But it's
stage.
just too much Botox in that face.
You
It's
see how
aggravating.
46? You got anybody? She's saying 45. We're doing 50 Shades of Grey. Shout out to New York.
She keeps saying 50.
It's 50 Shades because there's 50 ways to be shady. I look at, and these are new topics that you're gonna start seeing. I realize to go viral, you have to be disrespectful.
I'm trying to tell you. I told Chambers
There's-
that he told me I can't do it. I'll do it for you.
Well, King Chambers does that every
It's that
morning
deep.
when he does the early morning when it's too early. Some of this stuff. Let me tell you something, D Chambers. Love you. Stop tagging me, making me think that you sent me a message. Like I'm all like, oh, D. Tag, comment, share, like. And then if I do that to you, you don't even open up my thing. So I'm up. I'm up to the scheme. Stop tagging me, you and all you other folks that tagging me, thinking like I'm like, oh, where am I in the picture?
Right.
Nowhere. You just. It's called the hidden tag.
I just brought that up before we got here. I'm like, stop doing that. Don't even bother promoting it. Don't do it.
Like, come on.
Because I ain't going to repost it if I ain't a part of that. I'd be like, I ain't putting this
50
on my
Shades.
page.
Look, this is the 50
Nah, I
Shades.
repost it if it's
Shades.
somebody that supports me a lot and always repost my stuff. I wouldn't mind
Exactly
posting
what
their
you
stuff.
said.
But if
You
you
ain't opening my
don't
stuff.
support me or I'm not.
Well,
No.
the new generation
doing it.
says it's corny to repost a repost. I'm like, what?
Nah, but that's how
To
I
repost
got
or
a different fan base. Everybody got a different fan
No,
base. So
I
when you
know.
repost, you reach different people.
Repost.
We say things and we just get responses. So someone told me, shout out to the younger youth, the Generation Z. It's corny to once you repost it once and then like say I repost it. I post, you repost, I repost, your repost. That you just
Oh, I
repost.
get what you said.
Alright,
Okay,
alright.
I don't like that.
All right,
I
yeah,
don't
mad
like
at that. Yeah, all right, all
I
right,
don't
all
like
right.
So I used to do that. So if I
the video
post,
gets smaller
then
and smaller.
Yeah.
I don't
So
like it.
if I post, tag you, you repost, right?
That's it. You don't have to repost
I
it again.
I used to
I
repost
mean, like-
again for reposting. I've stopped that.
Just to say that.
I mean, I feel like you could do it. I mean, I feel like it
depends.
depends on the person. Like, say if it's like somebody really, really big, then you like,
Right.
because that's like memories. I'll say because it gets saved in your archive. So it's like I look at it. It's not really for. It's not really for everybody else. It's for
See,
me.
that's why
I
it's
know,
three of us here.
Tokyo
Different opinions.
Styles reposted my shit one day. I almost lost my mind. I love Tokyo.
Oh, I love
that
that. I'm not
motherfucker
gonna
right
lie too. Shout out to what I get excited about too is when I go in my views and I act like
You
a
see
celebrity
it.
and
Yes.
they viewed it.
Yes.
That
Me
is-
too.
I like when
love
they
that.
like it. You ain't
Yeah,
gotta follow
I love
me, but
it.
I know you can.
Yeah.
What? Shout outs to Graf and Rick Ross. They was on my shit liking shit. I said, that's all I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shout out to Method Man who reposted me this time.
Yes, he did.
Let me tell you, that is the Monte of the night. I ain't even gonna front. I was like,
Yo, it's big when one of those pages do it. Oh,
yo,
Yeah.
I got
the blue checks.
200 and something new. Like my stories was popping after he reposted me. So thank you, Mav. That was fun to look at that number gallery.
Yeah,
She's
that's
like,
what's up. Nah, I
Rico.
definitely
She be
get
dressing
that.
his ass.
I definitely get
No,
that.
I really appreciate Math. I really do, and I really know that he appreciates me because he said I did a ballerific walking into Alpha because he's on the phone like, tell him I'll pay whatever. I'm like, no, they're down to gift you jackets. He's still not listening. He's like, put whoever you need to put on the phone. I'm like, Math, I need you to listen.
Pay attention.
They're gonna give you 5 jackets. He's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. And when I literally walked out that store, I felt so accomplished as a stylist. More so for placement, because that's my thing. Like I specialize in product placement. And then seeing, being able to just walk in and him wanting the jackets and me getting the jackets.
Mad excited.
Because this is the second time in all the years that I've known him that this is something I want. I got one call one time that he needed a Brooklyn Nets jacket. I'm in LA, couldn't get it to him physically, but I'm like, I have a Brooklyn Nets jacket. I knew it wasn't his size, so I was like, I'm gonna cut. I can say this now because he wore it. I'm gonna cut the tag out of to show that it's not a size, like you can't see it.
Can't tell. Just put it on.
But then I told on myself because I'd be so nervous with him. I'm like, Mev, I gotta find extra large, but it's a large. Da, da, da. He's like, because I know when you tell them, they hate that. When I seen that man walking down the court in that large, I was like,
It fit? Or you just,
it fit because, it fit because, sir, go check the stories. Who's styling who, Kalia. It's on my main page.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's about the length. Meth is really a large, but because he doesn't like fit it,
He's so used to the baggy shit from
I sneak in fits. You can always tell when I style him. It's
dope, though.
It's a fit. It's a bucket hat. You know what I'm saying? It's just key things that I know that he comes to set already ready. But then if they're like, Meth, can we get you in another look? They're like,
yup, she came out with a whole bag. Yup.
Don't fret. And then he always be like, you don't got no tank tops. I'm like,
stay asking for their tank
so
tops.
really, when you see the tank tops, that's really me. That's my investment in Tibetan Man, the white tank tops. I'll be going to Polo now. He made a comment. I love the Hanes, Kalia, but I buy Polo.
Step it up.
I buy Polo. I was like, okay, Polo budget money, and we'll be all right. Because I don't want to just be giving you Polos because then we're together. Totally joking. That was a total shameless, funny. Boom, boom. Shout out to Tamika. Love you, girl. You're so lucky. So back to being a hoe. That was my hat. That was me being a thought right there, right? Is that considered thotty or
just a little sprinkle of thoughts?
just a little sprinkleness of
I have
thoughtness?
no comment.
What celebrities make you act thotty? Ooh, did anybody ever tell you look like Lee?
Oh,
Never mind.
Jesus
I'm not gonna say it.
Yes.
It was coming though.
Yo, let me tell you.
I would
I
run.
didn't want to say.
I'm not gonna lie. At this point in
It's
time,
coming.
I need a check. She gotta cut me a check.
I would totally
You
like
come here,
not
check.
to ever
No,
like
seriously,
clout.
not trying to be funny. Everywhere I go,
Yeah.
I went to New Orleans after. I forgot she just had filmed something last year, June. I'm in New Orleans. It was so annoying to the point that I just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna pretend to be her. I was getting free drinks. I was getting free food. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Like,
her and be like, sis.
at this point in time,
I'd
it
be
started
like,
to
you
get
call-
annoying. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm her.
Heard that celebrities is picking up clones everywhere.
I
Tom
would have
Cruise got
totally.
one, got my
I
ass.
think what would be interesting to me is if you do really meet her and her reaction, because sometimes they get mad when they see people that look like them. So
Yeah.
I would like to know, like, is she gonna be warming to you? You let her know you have a clothing line. Can we drop some pieces on the shot? So I'm tagging her in this particular way at her. You never know, mommy.
True.
You never know what this could take. So shout out to
But shout out to her though. She doing this. She
Hell
doing her
man.
thing.
She is. But I would run at that. Honestly, I go with Sade. Nobody, you didn't do that boom boom. I go with that. Shout out to Sade. And if anybody wants to call me Sade, me and my forehead will gladly run with. That's why I always wear a red lip.
Girl, bye. She said you were called Sade. You know what?
I'm Sade. Though they call me Keisha Cole. I'm like, I could take it. I remember Chris Brown was like, did anyone ever tell you you look like Keisha Cole? I was like, you're trying to be funny?
I'd be like, Chris Brown.
I was like,
Sit
because
your
I didn't
ass.
know if he was like trying to. He was
Yeah.
like, no, Keisha Culprit. I'm like, then he left. And then next week he announced that he was with Rihanna. He literally had a meeting to tell his friends that, yo, I'm about to be with Rihanna. I came back and told.
Nigga love her.
Like say he had a meeting.
I swear, because like Soldier Boy bow, because you know they can't go out really.
Yeah.
So they hang and they do like Madden tournaments and they all hang out with each other, smoke weed, fucking play like $1,000 games, because you know they can't just be walking out in the street. So shout out to them. But I remember that's to my guy Chris. They were at the London Hotel, and Chris Brown was like, "You look like Keisha Cole." I had just styled him for a campaign, a Rockaware campaign. So, but now if you look at him now, you know, we canceled Chris Brown for a second. Now we're trying to cancel Kanye. He done lost his good music record deal. They dropped him from Def Jam. When Wintour is not his friend anymore. Balenciaga ended their relationship. And I'm wondering, does he care? Because if he goes into
You know you don't care.
if he goes
I don't think
into
so.
to rehab or a mental institution, right? Comes back out. because he's creating his own world. I forgot what the heck he's calling it. He said he's about to buy some part of the world and just have his own world. Would you live in Kanye's world? I don't know.
I don't think I could afford it. I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't live there. I'll probably go visit just to see what it's about, but I wouldn't live there.
Because
and I only want to go for like 24
The
hours.
rate that he's going, I can see it just
I
be
wonder
a
what type of people would he let in his world.
That's why I want.
I
That's
don't
I just
believe
want to go
so.
see like what would it
Anybody
be.
in The real never know.
I mean,
Oh my God, do you think he bought that?
but
Could you imagine he buying that shit? Never Land and switching that shit up? Oh my God, nah.
But remember, guys, he also who owns the Neverland? Somebody bought that.
Somebody bought it.
I forgot who was the
think it's turned
celebrity.
into a
I
whole
thought it was
park.
them. I thought it was Kim Kardashian and him.
Nah.
Can you get that in the Google real quick?
Should've.
Let's see.
It should've.
That's one. Oh yeah, I got some.
Who bought
savings.
Neverland?
have
Follow,
no
like,
idea.
comment, share. We're gonna go into
That's a good question.
I'm gonna run through the show. I'm almost done. What's my time? 45.
I don't even know why my live just shut me down on an hour. Like,
Word?
Yeah, it did me dirty. Look.
Oh damn.
It just saved
Oh,
me and
yeah, that's
everything.
the-
I was like, wait,
That's
I'm not
crazy.
done.
Yeah.
It was like, you have 2 seconds left. I'm like, really?
Queen Ice. Is there anything
Yes,
we didn't
ma'ams.
talk about? How did you become co-host on the No Time for Small Talk?
Oh God. Damn. And this is the reason why I keep telling people I'm kind of happy I did become a dancer, because that's how I met a lot of people. I even met people for World Star and everything. But anyway, fast forward, my homeboy, shout outs to Pons Juno, 2K. He introduced me to Jerry Fontillo. Shout out to Jerry. And Jerry turned around and brought me to a casting joint that Chromatose Rose was doing a casting for some web series thing that he was gonna do, but it never actually fucking happened. And I looked in the corner of the room and I see, like, I didn't really see Chambers. I seen like 5 little niggas beside him. But they was so militant, like they wasn't getting up, they was mad serious. I'm like, the fuck wrong with these niggas? So I'm like, you know what? Why are they the only people that look like they make sense? Everybody else in the room look kind of just weird and preppy and fucking weird. So I just ran over to the little nigga, was like, hey, what y'all doing here? He was like, oh, Chambers got a radio show thing going on or whatever. I mean, there's a list or whatever. You just got to sign it and whatnot. I'm like, what? So I looked. It said no time for the small talk. I'm like, that's hard. That's the hardest shit I ever heard. I bet. Went to go sign up. Chromatose was like, oh, you here for the web series? I said, yeah, that and the radio shit. Whatever that is about, I want parts of that. Feel me? I want parts of that. He was like, oh, they start like next week or some shit. I'm like, yo, I'm there. And then after that, I just went to the first show. It was me, DJ Ric Flair, fucking Queen Makai. I met Josh. At the time, we was at Titans of Radio. And that's when I met Lex B. And I don't know, after a while, like, well, that's another story. We're not going to talk about that. Anyway, but yeah,
That's what I want to talk about when people make those type of faces.
Lex B had like a disagreement with one of basically the other co-hosts. Like I don't know why, she just didn't like her. It was like a big thing.
How do you feel about women who just don't like other women for no apparent reason?
I be feeling like it. Well, I'm gonna say it depends.
Are you on the side of you judge women?
No, I
Or
don't.
you
I
try
don't
to
judge
get
people.
along and then let them show their ass?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. There's different ways to go about that. Now, you have some females that'll sit there and just watch you, and then after a while they be like, I don't like this bitch and this, that, and the third, all that extra shit. Like, okay. But then me now, I don't like this bitch, but I'll see you moving around and I'll be like, that's not my type of person. I don't want to be friends with that person. And I won't be friends with them. I won't speak to them. I won't find my way near you to talk to you. You can't talk to me. Like, stay away from that person. But, you know, the way how she went about it on some, I just don't like this bitch. Like, everything about her bothers me. That's just how I feel like how she was acting. When females do it, though, I mean, how do I even describe females? Because niggas don't do it. That's the thing. I feel like men don't do that. They take a minute to not like you. I don't feel like they just don't like you.
Nah,
off
they
rip type
definitely
shit.
do. They go about it a different way though, cause I got nothing but.
I feel like it's a show off thing too for niggas. It's like if you carry yourself as like a lame nigga, a weak nigga, or some shit like that, the niggas be like, man, fuck that nigga. That nigga's a weirdo. We ain't gotta talk to that nigga. But I don't know. With females, I don't think we look at each other like, oh, that bitch is weak or nothing. We just look at them like, oh, she's too much. She's doing way too much.
I'm always like, with
She's
me,
doing
it's
too
a two. It's one or two. Like, love Kalia. She's
This
everything.
bitch is mad weird.
Or
Like, I
they're
ain't got time.
like, Kalia, she's not my cup of tea, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with not being your cup of
Facts,
tea.
because I'd rather people that be around me like adore me. I don't want no one around me that be like, you know, I'm cool with her, but sometimes she be having her time. You can't be around me if you're one of those type of people.
And this is why you only
Any
see
type
me
of
by
moment,
myself.
I got
I
a
feel like you
question for
doubting
both
me.
of y'all,
Get away
though.
from me. Like you can't be my
I got a
friend.
question for both of y'all.
Yes.
So, do you think that sometimes the people that you wouldn't talk to or get along with could sometimes be the person that help you elevate?
Always. And that's why I realized
They'd have to find their way to me.
see.
Yeah, but it's not about.
I'm not going towards anyone if I don't like you from the beginning.
Well, I've learned in business that most people that you don't like, whether it be business or personal, you have to first dissect that.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
business,
Facts.
the most richest people, they don't like you. Like
Facts.
from the
But
beginning.
it's business.
You get what I'm saying? Business.
But if you're
not
marketing, fuck
even,
with
it don't matter unless you're a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And performing some
hoe.
type of
Service.
A rich man, you really can't
That's
bring
it.
nothing to them unless you're another rich person and y'all bring value.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just keep it 100. So I don't have a problem. I feel like because people always judge you off of appearance anyways,
Yeah.
I need that. Don't like me, but give me a chance.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's me.
Yeah, because I get that a lot. Like, everybody think I'm mean. Everybody think I mean, because I don't talk like I like to just look around and fill everybody out first. But once I do fill you out, like, I'm not who you think that I am. Like, I'm a totally different person.
I'm the same way.
But
'cause
I'm super vibey though. My door is open, but I just know when
I make
certain
bad
people can't come through my
decisions.
door. I be like, I'm not with it. I don't like this person. Something about this person I don't like. And then I'm usually never fucking wrong. I swear
Oh,
to
I'm
God.
the same way. I'm a
never
person
wrong.
that I don't like, but I will go through you doing something to me fucked up to be like, damn, I knew you was fucked up, but I always
Yeah.
have to allow you
Fact.
to
I'm
do
not gonna
it
lie,
to
that's me.
see it.
Only way that's gonna happen is if I open the door from you in the beginning and be like, all right.
And I open because
But I can't do it if I already doubt you. If I feel like something's wrong, I'll be like, because I know. I think it's because I grew up. Because when I was younger, yeah, I will give people the chance. Now I don't want to because I'll be like, no, because this might not work. It might not, and then it might end real bad. And it's like, how we gonna end it? Like, type shit.
I just try to treat people how I want to be treated.
Facts.
If I don't trust nobody up front first.
See, and that's like Chambers.
Nah,
too,
that's
because
why-
Chambers is a whole Virgo too. Chambers don't play that shit.
That's a
He will
fact.
not be friends with you in the beginning. Like he'll talk to you as super. I call him robot sometimes. I'll be like, this nigga's on robot mode. Because the way he'll talk to you and be like, oh, yeah, we gonna do this, da da da. Then dub. Okay. Now, if he fucks with you, it's a whole nother, yo, we gonna do this, we gonna meet up at this time, this, that, and the third. No, we gonna do this, all right, cool. Like,
He feeding off of energy because
yeah,
Virgos feed off of
he
energy.
really
So he
sits
reading your
there and
energy.
be like, all right,
what sign are you?
I might fuck with
I'm
you, I
a
might
Virgo.
Oh,
not.
so all of you guys are
I am a Capricorn.
Capricorn, right? Oh, I was knew there was two.
Yeah.
What?
Capricorn.
But I think that's
Virgo.
why me and him, like, we worked together for so long, too, because a lot of girls been through the damn radio show, and I'm the only one that stayed that damn long. And I just feel like it's because I learn people. Anytime I'm around somebody, I take my time with people. I don't talk too much. I let them
Yeah,
talk
you have
more.
to.
But people
That's
don't
what
do
any.
that.
That's what anything. That's why I say, like, you got to give people that chance. Like this, for example, like say, like you would have been like, all right, well, she's a terrible person. Like, I'm still gonna try to experience her for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because you may have this under her, or your energy may have been off that made her
Facts.
react in the way that she did that made y'all clash, and that may not be our relationship.
And that's me
No,
all day, because my
totally
friends
get-
will look at me and be like, how you talk to that bitch? I can't stand that bitch. I'll be like, well, she don't bother me. Like, she's never did nothing
That's what
to
I
me.
get a lot. A lot of people be like, you talk. I mean, and it's not a bad thing. I think it's because of everything that I've gone through.
Is it a New York thing? I always like
Nah.
to tell New Yorkers that because I'm not from New York.
I don't
I'm
think
from
it's
New
a New York.
And I feel
Jersey.
like I'm mad friendly.
I'm from New Jersey.
You're from Jersey?
That's
Born and
why I'm
raised?
nicer. Yeah,
Oh,
I just,
shit. Okay,
I just,
cool. Then, yeah.
I just.
I don't think
just
Jersey
like me.
people are nicer. I live there now. I don't.
I think it
think
depends.
Well, I'm from West New York, New Jersey, and because I guess we lived right outside the Lincoln Tunnel and over the bridge, and we're west of New York. And when I was growing up, the dream was to
Move across the
move
bridge?
to the, not even move to the city, just to be able to go. Like I was going there at 12, you know,
That's
like
dope.
going on the bus, you know, going
Yeah.
to 42nd
Yeah,
Street.
me, I'm
getting
taking the train.
42nd Street was
picked up
it.
for
Fact.
like playing hooky, because back then you couldn't just walk in the.
Truancy
That
was
like a
coming to get you.
runaway. You were like a runaway. So after experiencing all the different
That's
things in New York City, Now we're at a point where you got arrested for smoking weed. Now our mayor encourages you to get high.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
I'm just so confused. I love Gotham City. I live in Gotham City. New York City is Gotham.
I call it
City,
Gotham.
yes.
Yo, I
No, it
know
really
when
is,
I
though.
says that. It's Gotham City.
It's
bro.
Gotham City. New Jersey is when you leave Gotham City, then get some money. Because now New Jersey is so high after 9/11. Everybody fucking, excuse my language, everybody's moved to Jersey.
And it's cheaper.
It's not cheaper.
It's
anymore.
not that cheaper anymore. It's getting
it used
equivalent.
to be. It's now
Because they get some big ass fucking cribs.
I
be
mean,
like,
the
this
apartments are
apartment's
bigger
dope.
though. I would say
Yeah.
that the apartments are
Bigger,
worth
but
the
you're
money more
paying-
than
Okay, then that's
New York,
what-
but
yeah.
$1,800 for a 1-bedroom. I used to live in a 2-bedroom for $1,200.
Oh,
You
okay.
get what I'm
But it's
saying?
smaller though.
No, it was
the
too
room sizes
good.
aren't big.
I'm so mad that I tried to elevate
think-
in life. When
I
you
don't
just
know,
moved.
like
that 1,200 was like
You
a
tried to
Section
step
8.
up in our life, friend.
Yeah,
it was small.
I went from 1,200 to a house which is 2,600 renting. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have the option to
Some
buy.
fancy shit.
Now
Oh, man.
at 26 is a 2-bedroom now in Jersey.
That's,
So it's
that's
like-
high. I don't even. Maybe
that's
because you
west-
right out the. Yeah, I'm
But
about to
that's
say
Western,
you're
you
right
have
out.
The view of the city.
Yeah, like you're
Edgewater-
paying for.
Edgewater
Yeah,
now has all the celebrities. That's
Yeah.
where little TJ got shot.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you have to remember, I grew up there. So Edgewater was built. Edgewater was further down
Yeah.
towards the GW. This new land
You
from
can take
the
a bus
Port
right into
Imperial
that
and
shit.
the Alexander and where all these people lived. That's all new. That's all, like, that wasn't even invented. Where I look down and see all these houses we used to chill there smoking the forests is like when you had to hide from,
Yeah.
So just seeing what Jersey's become. Jersey's whole rundown from Hoboken to
even Newark is looking nice.
Yeah.
But
Queen
Newark
Latifah
now,
built some
yeah.
houses
That
out
shit be
there.
so dark out there. I like it.
But what I'm saying is, again, look at how they're gentrifying everything because they're saying, like, we want that money as well. We
Yeah.
want you. So even if you move from the city to Newark, you're still getting a deal because now you're 20, because there's a train. You have the light rail and the New Jersey Transit. Soon, once they get it to back to where
bus.
we're going to be 24 hours, we're not there anymore because of the pandemic. But it's nothing to move to. It's nothing to move from the city to Jersey now.
That fucking toll is retarded though.
Nah,
I'm not trying.
It's
to pay that
faster.
shit.
It's faster on the train and it's cheaper. Like I drive, so I kind of some of my days I miss taking the train.
I think
but
it went up like $1 some change because now.
Did you see that they trying to make the toll $50?
I think I should say $18
to come into New York and New Jersey.
Oh,
You said how much?
They trying
that
to
means
make
the
it
bus will be like
$50.
I can believe it.
$10.
I can
All
believe
that's
it.
gonna do is the bus is gonna be like 7 and some change. The world, Jersey and New York City are the two highest places to live, and I honestly think, to be
avoid that
honest with you, I'm ready to
Jersey is
get
good
out
to
of
me.
here. Like I
Yeah,
really
facts,
am.
me too.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and what's crazy is what they're doing to New York City is making people realize, okay, well, I'm gonna move. Go take lesser money, but live better and just come back to New York. 'Cause one thing about New York never goes anywhere. So even in what keeps me is fashion money because when I go to try to move, because I would have been lived in Miami, but I realized when I'm in Miami, I'm not as progressive as I am in New York because
And
I
it's
wake
slower,
up.
too.
I wake up. The first thing I want to do, go to the beach.
Get money and do something.
Yeah, like I'm sunrise 6, and then I'm like, it's gonna be 80 degrees. Let me hit back the sun.
Right.
I'm aging because I spend so much time in the sun. So now I'm off the sun. I'm like, okay, I'm good on that. So now I'm losing my love for certain
Grind and all that.
yeah, because it's like you go to Miami, they don't really start life to like 1, 2. You know what I mean? Like then it's like most people are bartenders and like or a nightlife. So you're focused and then like or you work in the store and you work in the rich stores, which is Gucci, Louis, Prada, and those like Miami's just very sexy for certain parts. South Beach is a dub. Like out of that,
South Beach.
that lost. Now it's Wynwood and Brickell. That's what Miami, the heart of Miami, really is now. And now with the art culture, shout out to Art Basel. December 1st through the 4th, I will be in Miami Brands. I'm doing the Who Style and Who Street show, the takeover. So if you're out in Miami and you want to walk in the show, if you're a brand, you want to send a piece, it is a fee, but it's more of you're paying for the brand awareness of being out there for Art Basel. If you're interested, let me know. You know me, I do everything super affordable just for the presence. I teach people how to brand. $100 could take you very far in branding. You have to know what this $100 would get you. For me, I'm at the point now where I have to charge to be next to me. And the reason why I say that, because it's like, you come around me, you're going to get connected. That's why my name is Casey the Connect. I can take you, we could just go one place. If it's the right place, you could walk out there with new friends, new connections. Like tomorrow, you'll find me Chill and Build, D Chambers, Trappers Only, Queen, Ice Chills is in the building. But all these people that are going to be in there, they're people that are doing something in the industry. So if you are looking for a way in, those are the type of events you need to come to. You come into because the right people, like me, I'm very approachable. And some people in my level aren't approachable. I'm approachable because people help me. I know what it's like to start from the bottom. And as we, come into the segues of, the show closing, I want people to understand what I do, who and why I am who I am. Who's Styling Who is about bringing brands, emerging brands, alongside established brands, because I am established. I've been doing this for 20 years. So my connections versus new connections that I meet, you know what I'm saying? Living life. My goal is to find, this is quality goods. You get what I'm saying? Quality goods. I'm on a show. This is not a podcast. This is a show. So the Who's Styling Who show by celebrity fashion stylist Kalia Clark. Now, next photo shoot, I already know. Okay, now I'm looking for some pieces, some ready to wear pieces, cut and sew, no logo. I'm gonna hit up Living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I already know what I'm gonna get. Now that's a new brand in my roster. People hitting me up. Oh, da da da. Boom. That's what I specialize in, branding. So now everything I'm a part of, she's a part of, because she's fresh in my mind of garments. You get what I'm saying? Same thing about Ice Chills. Seeing her at the podcast and then seeing what Disrespectfully Drunk is doing. And I had to tell her, I'm like, this is not a podcast. This is a show, because this is a show. Podcast is audio. I keep trying to tell people that. When you say you have a podcast, that means you record it and the audio goes up. You put a picture up and people just listen to you. When you have a show, people are watching your show. Even if your show's just on YouTube, it's still a show. People have YouTube shows. People get syndicated and your show's on different platforms. And for me, I've been doing this for 12 seasons and I still feel like I'm back at square one. And the reason why I say that is because with the pandemic and then times are changing, and just seeing how the industry is about viral moments. So it's like, for me, I am Joan Rivers raised me. So if you're not watching my show, you miss key things that I've been talking about. Like last week we said Kanye West is struggling because of his mother. I done seen 6 viral shows now, people that are going viral off of saying Kanye is losing his mind because of his mother. But the Who's Styling Who, I've been saying that. Is that not true? Did I not say that Kanye? Yeah. So it's like, again, you have to put these things out, and it's kind of sad that this is what people claim to fame of being disrespectful. I look at that white girl who was playing that she is retarded, and then everybody was doing the remixes of that white girl that was doing. She's literally getting paid for walkthroughs now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's whatever the world decides that they want to trend on. But it's funny that we did the buy black in the pandemic. In the pandemic, everybody was buy black, buy black, buy black.
Now it's back to work.
Now it's back to like, well, you're black, and charge you $3,000 to wear your piece, $2,000, $1,000. Oh, you're black, but yeah, my rate's still $500 a K for a post. So I'm not canceling Kanye, because Kanye's saying a lot of things that make sense. Maybe not to you, but if you're really behind the scenes, and that's a problem with a lot of people. A lot of people are not behind the scenes. They don't live Kanye's life. They're not at these tables. They're not at these meetings. They don't know what's going on. So if you don't know, you're just commenting about what somebody puts in a blog head, a blog post, and what is being commented on. And you're in media, you're a designer, and you've been through things.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we have to take the narrative back. If it's freedom of speech, let it be freedom of speech. Stop being so sensitive. Everybody's so sensitive. Oh, we could say this, but we can't say that. Like, we don't talk about we don't talk about trafficking of little girls. We don't talk about molestation as much as we talk about what the hell Kanye West said.
Facts.
Like, there's homelessness. There's people who have
Yeah.
dirty water. Flint has dirty water. We don't care about that. We cared about it for maybe like 6 months. They still have dirty water. Still. This is years later, but we don't care. We act like we care, but we don't. We cared more about Nia Long's cheating scandal
It's true.
with the husband, what I said, was going to stay with him. I knew she was going to stay with him. Does that make her a hoe or a thought? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. Yeah. Just circling back. So in conclusion, I want to thank I chose Queen. That's Queen. I want to thank Queen Naja and Ella May. And I'm Mary J. Blige, love you. Concert, phenomenal. Pissed that I went to the Jersey Prudential one versus the Barclay. How you bring everybody out in the Barclay and no one out at the Prudential in New Jersey? As a fan, I was disappointed because I watched on Friday, Met the Man come out in the Barclay, Jadakiss came out, Diddy came out, and now we in Jersey just singing like, just watching a dance.
Straight Mary.
No Mary. I mean, just Mary, no special
Nobody
guest.
else.
That hurt me. And
That's
as a
crazy.
concert goer, that was not right. You should have broke them down.
Yeah.
At least 1 and 1. Diddy, you have a house in Jersey. You used to at least.
Boy,
Where
the
were
one
you
performing
at?
in New York.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Niggas is wild.
yeah, Funk Flex. And you know he don't play a record. So every time you went to, he already switched
He
to the
stayed
new
in
song.
Brooklyn.
He
You
was
know
talking
that for
about
a
that
fact.
on the radio to him my way here.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, Flex. Was there anything I didn't talk about? Guys, give your shout outs and where they could find you at on social media.
Here we go.
I was about to say, you came first.
Whatever, we could do
Let's
it.
go to order.
I'm Gucci the Great, and you can follow my personal Instagram. That's GUCCKIIDAGREAT, and my brand is Living Life Apparel. That's LIVINGLIFEAPPAREL. You could put both of those names in on Google, and I'll pop up on all social media platforms.
Smooth. I'm the worst. This your girl Ice Chills, co-host of No Time for the Small Talk. You can catch me on No Time for the Small Talk. All you gotta do is download the DTF app, and then on that, check on Tuesday at 8 to 10, and you'll hear me talk my shit. And you can catch me on Instagram, Ice Chills 2.0.
As we approach Scorpio season,
As we approach.
and we come to a conclusion of the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Big shout out to all the brands that sent me product for the month of breast cancer awareness. Make sure you check your breasts. Be okay to check your breasts if you feel anything, pain, no pain, because that's the best time to check when you don't feel those pains. Any lumps, check the breast, ladies. Guys, too, check the breast. They don't talk about breast cancer for men, but it's definitely out there, and it's something to talk about. But I go by the name of Kalia Clark, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are tuned into the Who Styling Who show. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, Who Styling Who. If you are a brand and you would like to be on the Who Styling Who show, email me, whostylingwho@gmail.com. Kalia Clark, that's KHALIAH, Clark, CLARK, on all social media platforms. I want to shout out everyone that's tuned into the Who Styling Who show, every fan, every subscriber, every person that leaves a comment. Guys, when I go on my rants, thank you for every person that checks in. Halloween is approaching. Be safe to all the kiddies who really shouldn't be watching this show. If I'm cursing, hi. To my nieces and nephews, love you. Congratulations to my nephew. He has a new son, Miraz. Welcome to the Clark family, Miraz Malik Clark. I'm so depressed and sad. I didn't pay attention and didn't tell the people that booked me for a job that I was booked on the 29th to go to my nephew's baby shower in North Carolina. So because I didn't speak up, of course, they booked the shoot on the 29th. So now I will be missing my nephew's baby shower. Please don't hate me, twin. I love you. Congratulations. You know, the younger youth, they be holding on to like you didn't come to the baby shower. You
Be
can't
petty.
say you're not the
Petty.
aunt. You can't hold it. Congratulations to my cousin, my birthday twin, Devin. He's going to make somebody a wife. So congratulations to you. You're lucky one. You got a ring before me. Shout out to all the single women out there who are milfing in the city or milfing all over the world. Our time will come.
Okay.
Shout out to my beautiful daughter who I took to the concert. I love you. Moet. Yes, I said it. That's 4 letters. Moet. Moet, don't sue me. I was a teen mom that didn't get a shot, but we love Moet. Every Monday, 8 to 10, Who's Styling Who? The holiday season is approaching. I'm going to be doing tributes to brands on my favorite holiday brands, shopping, Who's Branding You, Part 2. Will be coming back. I will give you a date shortly, but right now I'm focusing on Art Basel, presentation, tomorrow, Chill and Bill. So I will be coming back with a story of how I went and what happened that kicks off my week of this week. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into the Who's Styling Who show. If you would like to be a guest on the Who's Styling Who show, hit me up. All social medias. Email Who's Styling Who. Catch me on S.STREET Media. Follow my YouTube channel. Catch me on anchor.fm. Any brands, I welcome you. New brands. Love brands. Brands are my life. I love you guys, man. And again, to New York makes moves. New York in a minute. I know I said your Instagram all wrong, but thank you for your it's the thought that counts. You could show this and then show somebody else and still say that I gave you a shout out. Thank you for your time. Branding is very important, guys. Really get into the brands. Really get into your brand. No one's going to brand you better than yourself. So it's okay if you keep throwing it down people's throats. If your brand is Who's Styling Who? Let them be Who's Styling Who. And yeah. Anything else you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I got one more thing to say. I want to say shout outs to you for giving brands a place to come up and talk. It's not a lot of podcasts or shows that brands could come and, talk or be interviewed. That's one of the problems I feel like we lack. They really focus on artists and stuff like that. So definitely big shout outs to you.
You are welcomed here at the Who's Styling Who show. Anytime you want to come drop a collection, have me wear a piece.
Got you.
Dress me for any of my shows. Be a part of any of my branding events. Do a fashion show that Queen Ice Chills may be a part of.
Most definitely.
Anytime you want to come back and talk your stuff, be a Who's Styling Who correspondent in the sense of coming back and just be an opinion. I love that you have freedom of speech. I love that your opinion, you have an opinion. Follow her on No Time for the Small Talk. Shout out to D Chambers again. Thank you for coming. He had an issue with the plastic Cockosaurus. I don't understand what really bothered.
Cockosaurus.
Yeah, I don't understand why men are so
Ain't no man
offended.
trying to hold on to another man's dick or another
I
dick.
get it, but don't judge it.
Yo, one dude looked at me. He's like, just imagine a nigga pick up a dildo. How does look? I'm like, it do look kind of crazy. Put it down.
I mean, embrace the plastic. Who's Styling Who? You can follow, like, comment, share. Who's Styling Who? I'm joking. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys next week. I love you, Momo.